Good evening, everybody.
It's every time I blink, it's like
Mo's asleep. I'm awake because guess what? I've started drinking coffee again. It's
okay.
nice.
I've had 2 cups of coffee.
One cup will do me most of the day.
A cold Starbucks can double shot espresso and a sugar-free Red Bull.
That's because you are acclimated to that caffeine.
And do you still see me right now? I am.
It's like
barely
cigarettes.
functioning.
The more you drink coffee, the more your body gets used to the tolerance builds up. That's what I'm trying to say.
Can you speak?
No, I'm
Words
so
are
hyper. I
hard.
can't get my brain is going faster than my mouth will go.
Yes, it is.
Wakey, wakey.
Time to get up.
Good morning, citizens.
Up and then.
Rise and shine!
This is your wake-up call, people.
Come on, the coffee's
We have
on.
a panic button now, guys. The one down there in the bottom corner. Right there.
Are you Gandalf?
Panic button in case of a hate raid. We're ready to go. Hail hydrate. So how's everybody doing tonight? 5-year-old just started ranting about how they need a 7th commandment in Harry Potter. Is a missing boomslang skin.
You're speaking a language we don't know, Hillary.
I recognize some of those words. I know some of these words.
Harry Potter.
Oh, hey, Oriole, congrats on the 8-month subscription. And by congrats, I mean thank you very much.
Hey, it's my 3-month anniversary. Listen, I was
Which
just
is
about
sad,
to ask you.
because we've been doing this for much more than 3 months.
But how often do I watch myself? I'm on right now. I was about to ask you, do you have any Kleenex over there? Not realizing that they were directly in front of my face.
Giant box of Kleenex.
How tired I am.
So what Mo's saying is I'm going to be carrying the show today.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So, okay, stop yelling at me. Gosh.
He just saying the 10 Commandments was that somebody didn't know not to steal ingredients for Polyjuice Potion. I mean, again, I'm sure what you're saying makes total sense. I watched the movies once, but I didn't retain much of it. It's Harry Potter. It's awful. Oh, sorry. Did I say that? I'm sorry.
So I was watching last week's stream back earlier today,
It was
and I
a
have
great
to
show.
tell you,
It really was.
I think even better than y'all and your 1-chip challenge was me eating the Skittles.
It was an unexpected highlight. Yes,
just
it was
telling you.
quite funny.
Yep.
I think it went well. We'll talk a little bit more about the 1-chip challenge though as we get started. So we're going to start recording our shows for next week. I'm just realizing I might not have fixed that. I sure didn't. See, I'm catching it before we start reading it.
Yeah, but that doesn't happen.
But what doesn't happen?
No, but that doesn't help.
Okay.
Help is what I meant to say.
Doesn't help what? Why wouldn't it help?
Because are you fixing my
Oh, you're
portion
not
of
going to
it?
read it.
Okay, whatever.
It's my line. Fixing my line. What's the ice cream icon on your forehead stand for? Good question. KY.
Aww.
So back when we first started the radio station, before we got connected with LTN, we were Back Row Radio. And for some weird reason that neither of us fully understand, we just kind of fell in love with this little ice cream cone guy.
Yeah,
As our
Trip.
mascot. Triple Scoop. And so that's like this is the simplified version of the logo, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have little stickers of this guy everywhere. I have this one hat.
That was legitimately one of the biggest things, one of the biggest downfalls when we stopped.
Yeah, we lost our cool mascot.
Yeah.
This is kind of a bummer.
I loved Trip. I really did. Daedra hated him.
Daedra hated him. Most people hated him, actually. But you and I really loved him.
I think he's the coolest thing ever.
So yeah, we had a we had an artist specifically like design this for us. Now I don't remember his name, but he had a similar design of a slice of pizza. And I'm like, dude, can you make an ice cream cone? And sure enough, he sure did.
It was... What was the gimmick behind it? And I don't like saying gimmick.
It
but
was
you know what I mean.
a little bit of everything.
So
it had 3 different flavors of ice cream on it. So we had rock, rap, and pop kind of thing. A little bit of everything in the one scoop.
A triple scoop.
Yeah, that's the significance.
I don't know why ice cream. I mean, I do.
That's just that's the first thing I thought of when I'm like, when are you get a little bit of, like I was saying potluck, but I'm like, potluck would be hard to make into a mascot.
Yeah. I do eat ice cream every night before bed, so
Yeah, that's true.
It fits.
All right, let's start recording our first
I'm such
our first episode for the week. Oh man.
Rise and shine, nerds.
Welcome to episode 401 of the back. Yeah. Of the Back Row Morning Show, a part of the Love Thy Nerd Podcast Network and the official exclusive morning show for LTN Radio. I'm Radio Matt, the station manager and chief radio nerd. I'm a husband, father of 3, a Green Lantern fan, and a Funko Pop collector.
And I'm Mo, shorter, louder, smarter, and all around better than absolutely no one. I'm a wife, mom, elementary librarian, and seeker of truth, except when it comes to reality TV.
You're certainly louder. That's true.
Yeah, I'm louder.
Today on the show, would you pay for a taco subscription service?
Also on the show today, Jurassic Park will be opening soon.
But first, today is Monday, September 20th, 2021, and we got some holidays to celebrate.
We got a lot of holidays.
This whole week, there's quite a few.
I know. I was kind of shocked when I saw the list. It's National String Cheese Day.
I'm a fan. So the best thing that I've ever learned from TikTok was this guy had this whole ballad about how you can turn your day around by microwaving your string cheese. He made this whole beautiful song, microwave your string cheese, melt your cares away. It's great. 45 seconds in the microwave, 55 if you like an extra crunch. You're welcome.
Wait, so what does it do?
Melts it, and then it's like this little disc of melty, kind of semi-crispy cheese. It's great.
Okay, because see, you said... So when you microwave, and that could just be because I'm tired. I get that. But when you microwave cheese, you think it's going to get melted, right?
Yeah.
But then you said 50 seconds if you like it
An
extra
crunch.
crisp.
Yeah,
and I was
crunch,
like... But how does melty get crunchy?
But yeah, I know.
But I guess...
But it does, yeah.
Like the Parmesan crisps, I guess. Now that
Similar,
I think about it.
yeah, similar to that, I guess.
Okay.
But yeah, it's just, you put it right in the center of a plate, right in the center of the microwave.
Uh-huh.
I do the 55 seconds. It's nice.
Yeah. KY tells us that string cheese is best breaded and dipped in marinara.
Well, of course, but you don't always have the time. This you can just peel, pop, microwave. You got it in a minute.
About laughed hysterically. Not about. I did laugh hysterically when a friend was like, "Hey, do you want 6 things of string cheese?" And I was like, "No." And she goes, "What, you don't want 6 sticks of string cheese?" I just kind of looked at her like, "No." And in my head, I'm thinking, "You moron.
That's so much string cheese.
Why on earth would I want 6 sticks of string cheese?" And she goes, "What if I told you it was breaded and fried and served with a side of marinara sauce?" And I was like, "Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, that's all mozzarella sticks are."
When you melt them and bread them, for some reason, they're just not as big of a meal
Yeah.
as 6 individual string cheeses would be.
I mean, whenever we order something different for dinner, Topher gets
Oh, and theirs are
mozzarella sticks.
huge.
Yeah.
Theirs are gigantic.
Yeah.
They're like those giant...
Like carrot sticks.
It's like those giant
carrots.
Jenga sets, you know? It's
Yeah.
like giant Jenga blocks.
Yeah, it is. You're right. And there's 6 of them.
Yeah.
Hey, it's also National Fried Rice Day.
Let me tell you. Top 5 foods.
Fried rice?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can get behind that. I do like fried rice.
If it wasn't so much work, I used to make it I used to make it at home
By
all
myself.
the time. By
I used
myself.
to make it by myself.
Well, I was by myself, but I used to make it a lot. And it's a lot of work when you're trying to do it at home. A lot easier to order it, but
Yeah. It's also National Pepperoni Pizza Day.
you're trying to kill me.
I know.
Pepperoni
All
pizza.
the good food.
Who doesn't love a pepperoni pizza?
I don't know. I don't know.
Monsters. That's who.
That's who. Yeah. For whatever reason, every Friday at our school has been pizza day.
Mm-hmm.
And last Friday, they served like legit personal pan pizzas
What?
to the kids.
Nice.
I just kind of stood there and I was like, I mean, it's been the little rectangular school pizzas that we grew up with
Oh, and those
in
are
the
still- those
plastic.
are
Oh, they're
great.
delicious. Yeah.
The
they're
sausage
amazing.
ones?
They were pepperoni.
Were they
but
pepperoni?
I do remember.
Oh, I'm remembering the breakfast pizzas. Do they still do the breakfast pizzas
yes,
with the
they do.
sausage? Oh,
Yep.
gosh.
They haven't. I actually
Rectangle
don't
pieces
think
of
that
heaven.
they've done breakfast pizza yet this year.
They've been doing
But-
it at Eli's school.
Have
She's
they?
told me about it.
Well, I'm sure then that they have been doing it at our school. I just haven't been in any of the rooms for breakfast. But anyway, they did the actual
individual pan pizza.
individual pan pizzas. Like, you would have thought it was Christmas Day to these kids. They're going through the pizza line and they're like, oh my gosh. And they got a bowl of salad, legit salad with cheddar cheese on shredded cheddar on top and carrot sticks, baby carrot sticks. Man. So needless to say, I got my name on the list for the school lunches. Yeah. I'm
I still remember
not even ashamed.
my first day in high school, moving up to high school and getting breakfast when they had the pizza for the first time.
Yeah.
And it was twice the size of the version they gave you in junior high.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, I'm coming for breakfast every single Friday. Every single Friday.
This will also bring you a little bit of joy. Topher told me last Friday that they opened up the boiler room at the high school.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep.
The nostalgia in my heart.
I instantly thought of you. I was like, "Aw."
So the boiler room was this project that they had worked on for like almost the entire time I was in high school, because it wasn't until senior year that they opened it. But they took an old boiler room at the high school and built it into like this nice, fancy snack bar type thing that got all this hot food from multiple different restaurants in town. And they were open. It was like the economics classes or
Yeah.
whatever that ran it, and so they had like their own little staff that would leave class early and go run it during every break. And they had these breakfast burritos all day long that were just, I think they were homemade, honestly. I do not think they came from a restaurant. I think there was a lady they paid to just make these every day.
Yeah.
They were so phenomenal.
He was saying that I don't know where it came from or what, but anyway, they had a like a coffee cart where the economics class had learned how to make like specialty coffees. And so they carried the coffee cart around and took it to his Spanish class, and he was like, I didn't have any, but everybody in my Spanish class that did said it was really good. And I was like, that is so cool. So fun fact, when I interviewed 2 years ago for the EA position,
Yeah.
one of the principals that was in my interview process was the principal of the high school, and he was asking me if I would want to run the boiler room.
Really?
Because it's ran by students,
Yeah.
but they have to
Yeah,
have an
they have it,
EA.
yeah.
And I was like, no, I don't want to be around high schoolers. But I think now I don't enjoy the little elementary kids nearly as much as I thought I would. It's my fifth graders that I love. I love being around the fifth graders. So now I'm like, man, I probably missed a really good opportunity there. Anyway, it's also National Punch Day.
Punch.
Not that kind of punch.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Oh, let's do that again. I'm too tired.
Okay. Punch. That grazed your nose. Centimeter inward, and that would have been bad.
Oh, man. For real, got my
man.
nose a little bit there.
That's hilarious.
Okay, it's punch day, not physical punch, but punch drink.
Not get punch day.
Man. And then it's also National Queso Day.
What are you doing to me?
I know, it's all the good food.
String cheese, fried rice, pepperoni pizza, and queso.
If you
and some
had
punch.
told me
Side of
that,
punch.
if you had told me that string cheese was going to be the lesser of the holidays today, I would have been like, Psh, what?
What could possibly?
But it's not Christmas.
Oh.
What are you talking about? Oh, but it is. It's like the Christmas of foods in today.
How's your week been, Mo?
Exhausting.
Yeah?
Yeah, so Wednesday was parent-teacher conference day, and of course I don't have to do that, so I thought, you know what? I get a full day at the school without any students, and all the teachers are going to be in their rooms, like, dealing with conferences. I am going to be...
Sorry. KY in our Twitch chat, it's dairy-free torture day. String cheese, queso, pepperoni pizza. Oh.
Yeah, sorry, friend. You can have the fried rice and the punch.
Okay, sorry. Continue.
Okay, back to my story. Jeez Louise. What was I saying? Oh, I'm going to have a full day without any students, and all the teachers are going to be preoccupied. I don't have to worry about them coming in the library wanting to chit-chat and vent all of their problems. So... It really is. Listen, like, we have a laminating closet. It's where it's our resource room, really, but it's basically a closet, and the laminator is in there. And the
For
teachers...
some reason, I expect you to say it's where all the students go to make out.
Oh.
But then I'm like, this is
It's
elementary school, so
school,
that wouldn't
again.
make sense. We were talking about high school earlier. So
Anyway, it is where all the teachers come to, like, can we go talk for a minute? And I'm like, sure, let's go.
Sure, I'm a licensed therapist.
Might as well be at this point. I don't know what it is about me that, like, I'm got a walking sandwich board that I can't see, but apparently everybody else can, that says, vent all your worldly troubles.
Welcome to
me.
my life, yeah.
Anyway, back to my story. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to reorganize the library. I'm going to reshelve the books. I'm going to, It's called genrefying, okay? Genrefy. It's where you put books by genres. It works really well for elementary libraries because instead of having to read, like, the Dewey Decimal labels or understanding the different color-coded labels for the kids can go, hey, I liked that last Pete the Cat book that I read. Here are all the other 20,000 Pete the Cat books that the library has. And they're all together in genres. So I walked up in there thinking, like the idiot that I sometimes can be, I can get this done in a day. Easy. I left Wednesday afternoon at 5 o'clock. I clock out every day at 3:15. Left at 5 o'clock, and that library was flipped upside down. No joke. Kids came in Thursday morning and just, like, eyes huge. And I was like, yep, the library's closed until I get all the books back on the shelves. Sorry. Don't know what we're doing, but you're not checking out books. I can tell you that.
You should have just stood there, get all disheveled or whatever. We were robbed! They came in, they flipped all the books.
I missed such a good opportunity. Oh, man, the kids would have thought it was hilarious, too.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Trey says, wouldn't the Dewey Decimal System put all the Pete the Cat books together anyway? I'm like,
be quiet.
You're like, they won't have to worry about figuring out the Dewey Decimal System or the color-coded system.
So,
they'll just know, like, sci-fi and thrillers and underwear captain superheroes and things of this nature.
That's Captain Underpants.
I was trying to be generic enough.
Oh, my bad. So, because of the way that they're labeled and named, yes, they would go together, but it's Pete the Cat Saves Christmas, okay? And then it's labeled by Saves Christmas. So then everything else that is saves or it's not categorized as Pete the Cat Saves Christmas. Anyway, forget it. I'm too tired to try and explain it.
Weird. Our library genreified the grown-up section of the library, and I hate it. I can't find anything.
I know. So I have to tell you, no, it's not
They
by
will know how to
author.
shop at Barnes & Noble's. Yeah, just now that all the bookstores are closing. Yeah. We will know how to buy from them.
Barnes & Noble isn't closing.
No, but they're like the
the-
last one hanging on.
All the other ones are.
Yeah.
Anyway, I have to tell you that as I have been working on this project for the last several days, I also am hating it a whole lot. And I like
Christmas in space. Does that go on holidays or sci-fi?
okay.
Oh,
well,
gosh!
here's the thing. I have pulled all of the holiday books and I am putting them in their own section. Just because I personally want to know where all the Halloween books are, where all the Thanksgiving books are,
Smart.
where all the Christmas books are.
I get that. That's
Yeah.
But what
I'm
about
putting-
space cowboys?
I don't want.
Are they in cowboys, westerns, or
No.
are they sci-fi?
You know, spine color is not a bad idea.
That would be hectic, I feel like, wouldn't it? You'd have everything next to everything.
No, by spine color, it would be beautiful.
It'd be beautiful, but it would be no system.
Well, yeah, but I don't care about the system at this point. There is no system right now. They're all just
'Cause
on
we were
top of
robbed.
the shelves. Everything just looks like we've been robbed. Exactly.
They flipped all the books out, and they stole all my thumbtacks. Oh, God. Call the police!
Oh my goodness. So,
I really needed to hear this story.
I was going somewhere and then I forgot where I was going. Anyway. I got to tell you, my biggest fear, as I was saying that I too am honestly hating it, my biggest fear is that I'm going to get it all done and I'm going to stand there and I'm going to go, this is garbage.
Nope. Gotta put it back. Library's still closed. Get out! Something's wrong with Miss Mo. 6 months.
And the library's been closed. The whole time. We only got to check out books once this year.
It's been 84 years. Oh my gosh, this is a funny story.
Yeah.
3 says, moral of the story, Mo needs the school to love her system or else.
Facts. I will say I had one of the teachers pop her head in Wednesday afternoon as she was leaving, and she could tell. I had so many teachers pop their heads in Wednesday, and first of all, I had the music blaring, and it was on 90s, the best of. And so, they pop their head in and it's DMX, or they pop their head in and it's Destiny's Child, and it doesn't, I don't know. None of it was edited. There were no children in the building, so it didn't matter. But I had multiple teachers pop their heads in, and I would just kind of look up from the bookshelf and they'd go, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm great. I'm great." Why? Do I not look great? Oh, no, you look fine. Okay, that's what I thought.
Don't go chasing decimals. Just stick to the color-coded system you used to.
Did you just come up with
I
that?
did, yeah.
I'm proud of you. I really am. I'm going to need you to finish that off for me, please. Please. There is an Amber Alert going off, FYI. This is the second time since we've been here. But I did have one teacher pop her head in as she was leaving, and she said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "I'm reorganizing." And she said, "Well, stop it, because you're making all of us look bad." And I said, "Yeah, right." And she said, "No, I'm serious." But it did need to happen. The library has looked the same for way too long. And I was like, thanks. I'm taking that as a compliment. I don't know if you meant it as one or not, but that's how I'm taking it. Now get the heck up out my library. Close the door. Shoo.
Oh, man.
I'm exhausted.
No wonder. Yeah.
I am exhausted.
Now it makes sense.
Yeah. My brain literally does not want to work anymore
man.
at all.
So
How was your week, Matt?
I was going to talk about the aftermath of that chip challenge from last week.
Yeah.
Give me your insights for Topher. How did he handle it that night and the next day?
That night, I really didn't see him. He went home. He said very few words to our other family members, went straight to his room and went to bed. And as Chris...
Smart move.
Yeah. It was probably about 45 minutes later or so, just as I am falling asleep, I do hear his bedroom door open, the bathroom door slam shut. So I'm not sure really what happened. I fell asleep in the time that he was in there.
But you didn't hear screaming. So that's good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which I told him. I said, listen, I said it here. I don't want to hear about it. You're not going to come in and wake me up like you did when you were 4 years old. Mommy, I don't feel good. Sorry. So, Saturday, he had to wake up first thing in the morning and go ref
That's right.
Upward football games. Yeah. And so he was there from 7:30 that morning until about 2 that afternoon reffing football. And he did fine.
Did all right? Okay, good.
Yeah. You would have thought he had the flu because he was dressed in sweatpants, a hoodie, and his reffing shirt, which I'm wondering could have been a side effect, I guess. He could have felt like he had the flu. I don't know. But up until about Wednesday, he had like a lip reaction.
Oh, really?
From the
Is
chip.
this like all red or what?
Yeah, like, you know how sometimes your lips will get severely chapped in the winter and how it gets red
like
around your lips?
Yeah, or like when you get a sunburn only on your mouth.
Exactly. Yeah. It was red all the way, like a burn all the way around his mouth. And I think it was Monday night that Mila asked him, Topher, what is wrong with your mouth? And she was sincerely, like, genuinely asking him, what is wrong? And he looks at her and rolls his eyes and goes, it's the chip, Mila. And she goes, what chip did you eat? The one chip challenge. And I said, well, what on earth were you doing chewing it with your lips? That's not how you eat the one chip challenge. You don't let your lips touch when you eat it. It's all teeth. But no, I watched the clip back and he sure enough did.
Yeah.
Licked his lips. He savored that chip. And I don't know why. Really have no idea.
Oh, man.
So that honestly was his biggest side effect.
So
Burnt lips.
compared to the one that we had last year, which I had twice last year, the biggest effect that I had was the feeling like I was going to throw up, which I was still doing here.
Yeah.
Like before the show was even over, and then after, while we were trying to record a couple other things like Mo's moment and stuff after the show had ended. I'm just like, oh, I really think it's coming, kind of thing. Just really, like, I was coming to terms with it. You know how you bargain with yourself, and you're like, okay, it's gonna happen. It just needs to happen. We need to get it over with quick. I have never thrown up a spicy thing before,
Ooh.
let alone one of the spiciest things that a person could eat. So that was starting to terrify me. And so Mo and Topher finally left. Topher had actually laid down on the ground outside of our room.
He did.
We didn't know.
He did.
Scared Mo when she was trying to walk out.
Half to death.
She's all, oh, there he is.
He sounded like a zombie.
So they leave. And I'm like just in the bathroom, just standing in the bathroom, staring at the toilet going, is this going to happen? Is it not? And it went away, thank the Lord. So I never did throw up, but I expected like, because you don't have sweet and sour and all this kind of receptors throughout your body. You do have spice receptors all the way down and out
Throughout your body.
And so I was expecting that to happen all the way down and out. Never came. Never had any pain like
You
that.
did with the first one, didn't
I
you?
did with the first
See,
and
and
the
I
second
did
one.
not.
I had it both times with that.
I did not.
The hot snakes, but but the this time it was gone. So I had some stomach ache stuff, but very little beyond Friday night, and so I some pain receptors. Yes, had a few. It's actually like 3 or 4 days. I still had to like drink some Pepto every now and then because my stomach would start to
Getting
cramp up a little
woozy.
bit. Yeah, but really, aftermath compared to last year's chip, cakewalk. I really think I'd prefer this year's chip to last year's chip.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay, then.
as long as I didn't throw up, which I didn't. So I feel like it was on the verge though. But anyway, yeah, I do it again, but I can't because everybody in our chat has taken screenshots of me posting in their Discord that I'm not ever doing it again. And they have already thrown it in my face multiple times. Said, don't even hint at the fact. See, they're in our chat already right now. Oriole's yelling, no, don't even hint at the fact that you're going to do it again. I'm not going to do it again. I might do other spicy things, but not the chip.
I just love how
Chip's too mainstream.
protective our chat people are.
So yeah, I didn't really read any of the chat, most of the chat anyway, while we were doing the challenge because it was just too painful to focus on anything. So I didn't see like all of the people like sad that it was happening. They're like,
Well, see-
I don't like this.
See, and
I
now-
don't like seeing you in pain.
I feel slightly gypped because, when we did the one chip challenge, that was our first time, like our entry into,
Yeah, it was like our big show, our big LTN show.
into
Had like
Twitch.
30 people watching.
And nobody cared. Like,
It was like, yes, bring the pain.
exactly. Not one person was like, oh,
Don't
Mom,
do this to yourself.
I can't. Why would you do that? No, not a single person.
Well, that's because, aside from maybe Oriole, nobody had taken the time to love us yet, to learn
That's
to
fair.
love us.
No, I get that. I get that.
It's like, there's some random strangers. It's like watching people in pain on YouTube. It's like watching fail videos on YouTube.
Yeah.
You watch people get hit in the nuts all day. And you're like, I don't know that person. You see your
Can you say that?
your husband.
You get mad at me for saying things like that, and you just said it without even thinking
You
twice.
see your husband get hit there.
Oh no,
You're
it's
like,
hilarious.
But you also
we
kind
ain't
of
trying to
feel
have kids
for him.
anymore, so
Wreck them. Pinball them. Let's go. I want to see him light up. Okay, well, this segment has drawn out a long time, so let's end it
whole
with
long
that, I
time.
guess.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a break here. When we come back, nope, not that. Something else is happening.
stick around. Okay, I gotta tell y'all, this Kleenex box. What? Why'd you say dang it?
Because of that. Because what just happened. I thought I
this
fixed
Kleenex
everything.
box has been staring at me. Like, tell me if y'all see it. It looks like eyes just looking at me. Do you see it in the pattern?
No.
Okay,
The worst
so
time was watching my
right-
hubby do the cinnamon challenge. Ooh, yeah, that one scares me.
Oh,
I don't want
right.
to do that. Very VFD eyes. If that is another Harry Potter
There.
thing, I don't know what it means.
Right? Like there's a pair that are side, but look, you
I
see
see,
right
like-
here on this side?
I see like the
Look
internals
on
of
this side.
flowers.
Right here. This looks like eyes.
Flowers. I see a big flower.
Matt,
Oh, series of unfortunate events. Okay, I got you.
do you see it?
No.
Look, it looks like it's looking at me.
Flowers.
No,
That's what I see.
this is not. I can't. Who's that artist that paints the flowers? The super inappropriate flowers. The only person that I can think of is Ann Geddes, but she does the babies.
Are you talking about the ones that look like lady parts?
Yeah. So that's what I
That
was going to
is,
say. This does not look like an innard of a flower.
Hold on. That's, oh, I know her name. Dang it.
Who is it? Georgia O'Keeffe.
Yes. Thank you. She's from Santa Fe. I've been to
is
that
she
museum.
really?
Yes, the museum. Her art gallery thing is in the square.
I didn't
right
know
off
she
the
was.
square.
I just assumed she was from Georgia. did. I'm not even lying. I really, really, honest to goodness did. Yep.
I don't have anything to say to that.
It's okay.
Let me open up some links here. Oh, gosh. Wait, she's not from Georgia? But her name.
Her name. Why would her parents name her that if she's not from there?
Oh. No.
Mm-hmm. You're welcome.
I want to say a line from a movie or a TV show. I don't remember which it is, but it's one of my favorite lines. You used to be smarter than me.
All right. Did I ever tell you about the time that Chris looked at me and said, "Aw, babe, you're stupid." Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize. You didn't realize what? You're a moron.
You're an idiot.
But you're my moron.
I know. Listen, I laughed hysterically when he said it. If I was not anticipating him to say those things. Okay, I know that, but I don't get it.
My kids are named Kentucky, Bluegrass, and Bourbon Country.
Oh, okay. Listen, I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Because I'm sitting here going, wait, I know one of her sons. I know the name. I know his name. And that's not at all Kentucky, Bluegrass, or Bourbon. What?
Bourbon Country. Get over here. Call him BC for short. All right.
I'm so tired.
Welcome back to the Back Row Morning Show. I'm Radio Matt.
And I'm Mo.
And we've changed some things up for this new season, including what we record live on Twitch. Each week, we record our shows the Friday or Saturday before with our friends. Follow us on twitch.tv/LTNOnAir to be notified when we go live, and join our Discord at backrowdiscord.com for after the show discussion and even opportunities to be on the show yourself. Before we go any further, it's time for Mo's Fact of the Day.
1 plate of fried rice is equivalent in calories to half a cup of ice cream. Yeah?
Wow. A whole plate?
A whole plate of fried rice.
Wow.
I know. So eat
I
that
can
fried
eat
rice.
so much more fried rice than I thought.
Yeah. That's exactly what I thought when I read the fact, and I was like, dang. Okay.
It's like someone's, I don't remember what it was. It's like, you know, like drinking 1 can of Coke is like having 6 donuts. And like, I know you're trying to get me to not drink Coke anymore, but really what you're telling me is I could eat so many more donuts than I think I can.
Can I come clean for a quick minute?
Sure.
Okay. So on Friday morning, there were donuts in the teacher's lounge, which is also where our copy machines are. And I mean, they weren't daylight, so a big part of me was like, I don't even need to waste my time. But then there was a whole dozen of untouched glaze. Like the other dozen had been touched, and, you know, people had clearly eaten from them, but no one had touched the glazed. And so I was like, they're not getting any love. So I ate one, and then I ate another. And I stood over the trash can shoveling that second donut into my face. I did. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding.
Eating any food over a trash can really makes you feel like garbage, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You feel like a human.
Well,
you feel like you should just climb into the trash can.
So, listen. So I've been doing really good intermittent fasting. Really good. And so I typically don't eat, I don't open my window, as they say, until 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Okay? Oh, it was 7:50. And I was like, well, these are not lasting until 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So I'm either eating one now or I'm not eating any.
Or take one with you for later. Crazy person.
No. It wouldn't have lasted until 1 anyway. So what?
What, donuts? The donut wouldn't have lasted till 1? Oh, you just mean it wouldn't have lasted.
It wouldn't have,
like it wouldn't have made it.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
It would have been just fine at 1 o'clock.
I'm like, look, it'll be slightly stale, but perfectly fine.
No.
But I get it.
I would not have lasted until 1 o'clock with it sitting there staring at me, waiting to be eaten. So anyway, I ate that first one and made quite a bit of a mess because, the glaze and everything.
Crumbles, yeah.
Yeah. So as I grabbed the second one and I'm already judging myself and I'm like, I can't believe you're going to do this. You're for real going to do this. And then I touch it and I pick it up and I'm like, you already touched it. Your hands are all over it. You can't stick it back in the box. You can't throw it away because somebody's going to come in and look and see a whole donut in there in the trash can. Yeah, you're going to eat this. You're going to eat 2 donuts. Might as well stand over the trash can if you're going to eat a second donut because you already made a mess over there on the table where you ate that first one that you shouldn't have even eaten. So go stand your disgusting butt over the trash can to eat the second donut that you shouldn't be eating. Oh, and by the way, don't let anybody walk in and catch you and know that you've not eaten just 1 but 2 donuts because I guarantee you all the other teachers in the school didn't get 2 donuts. They only had 1 because they're doing what's right. Oh, it was bad. It was bad. Within 2 minutes of eating 2 donuts, I've had like this entire series of really mean, self-deprecating comments and conversations with myself in my head. I left the teacher's lounge depressed.
Mo, I've been there a billion times.
I was so disappointed in myself. No, not a single teacher walked in and saw me eating over the trash can. If they had, I would have just been like, I'm trying to do my part and not make a mess.
Can't count the number of times I've finished off a pizza, then sat back and just you are a human pile of garbage.
That's
What is
exactly
wrong
how I
with
felt this morning. I felt like, but I will say this, I was definitely on a sugar high for the first couple hours of school. But then I crashed hard.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
did.
when
So
you-
that maybe, yeah, I'm still feeling the effects of it, apparently.
Okay, look at it this way. At least you didn't kind of put up a fight with yourself, put the donut on top of the trash, and then still give in. And pick the donut back up out of the trash and eat it. Because I know someone, not me, but I know someone who has done that. Fighting with themselves.
Okay.
And it's a sad place to be in.
Okay.
It's a rough life. So you had a bad day. Baby, what
Had
now?
a bad day.
You're all right. It's all good.
I didn't eat my normal.
There was a scene from that's right. But that was somebody else's eclair that he found that already had a bite taken out of it. That was gross.
See, so in that regard, I was doing somebody else a favor, right? Because had I thrown away that second donut after I had already touched
Right,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
You could have fed into somebody else's insecurities.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. Help. Sure.
All right. What a
Now it's over
story.
to our weird news desk.
How did
Matt.
we even get into that? We're just full of stories today. We
Yeah.
just can't focus on
The only way I'm staying awake,
we're here
guys.
for.
The only way I'm staying awake.
Weird news. We got 3 stories here that you might not have heard yet. Number 1, a Kentucky man. Hey,
Hey,
KY
hey.
Redhead. This is from your state. Kentucky man accused of firing shots out of his hotel window because he was shooting at aliens. Kentucky man was arrested after he was accused of firing shots outside his hotel window, claiming this is the same as the headline. Why would you write the headline the
I
same
hate
as
it
the
when they
first sentence?
When they do that.
The Richmond Police Department responded to a hotel at Keeneland Drive on Saturday around 3:30 a.m. 3:30 a.m. Reports of shots fired. Officers learned the shots were being fired from Window Hotel. Let's skip to what he said here. Riddle was taken to the... Oh, gosh. He's a convicted felon, had 2 handguns and a semi-automatic rifle in his possession. Riddle was taken to the Madison County Detention Center where he was charged with 4 counts of wanton endangerment of a police officer, 2 counts of wanton endangerment, 2 counts of criminal mischief, 1 count of possession of a handgun by a convicted felon, 1 count of possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, blah, 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 blah. They didn't go on to say what the... They didn't tell me the story. I want to know his actual story. They cut it off before telling the story.
That was the story.
But you just can't. I saw aliens. What do they look like, man? What if they're really there? You don't know. You're a news station. Give me all the information. I'm disappointed. All right, next up. A firm has raised $15 million to bring back woolly mammoths from extinction.
Okay.
Meaning Jurassic Park is on its way. 10,000 years after woolly mammoth vanished from the face of the earth.
Crink in the neck. You're welcome.
Phenomenal cosmic power.
I'm so glad you knew where that was from. Okay.
10,000 years after woolly mammoths vanished from the face of the earth, scientists are embarking on an ambitious project to bring the beast back to the Arctic tundra. The prospect of recreating mammoths and returning them to the wild has been discussed seriously at times for more than a decade, but on Monday, researchers announced fresh funding they believe could make their dream a reality. The boost comes in the form of a $15 million fund raised by the bioscience and genetics company Colossal. Let's see here.
Can we get a $15 million fundraiser?
And George Church, a professor of genetics at Harvard Medical School, who pioneered new approaches to gene editing. So they have their initial sights on creating the elephant-mammoth hybrid by making embryos in the laboratory that carry mammoth DNA. The starting point for the project involves taking skin cells from Asian elephants, which are threatened with extinction already themselves, and reprogramming them into more versatile stem cells that carry mammoth DNA. We have, preserved woolly mammoths that have been found in the Arctic areas. And so that's kind of where they're getting this from. It's interesting. Essentially, their goal is just to create a cold-resistant elephant that's going to look and behave like a mammoth.
Okay.
So they're essentially playing God. They're making an animal.
Our super intelligent dear friend Thray brings up such a good point. Such a good point. She says we kind of got to take better care of the elephants we got first, don't you think?
I mean, I'm pretty nice. I'm pretty nice to the elephants. I don't know what you want.
How many elephants
you
met
I need
today?
I know so many elephants. I don't meet new ones every day, but I have elephant friends, Mo. It's like you don't even know my life.
That sounds very rude. I'm going to tell all your friends that you just said they were elephants.
Start with yourself. Rapper Dancer has...
I'm wise, that's why.
You're wise?
Yeah, elephants are known for being smart.
No, they're known for never forgetting.
Never forgetting, that's right. But that makes them smart because they never forget anything, so they're incredibly intelligent.
Incredibly wise.
See?
Oh gosh. Rapper Dancer has gold chains for hair hanging from hooks that have been surgically implanted into his head.
He's not an elephant.
So yes, he's got these hooks surgically implanted into his head all over to where he can hang a full head of hair's worth of gold chains, diamond chains, all this. Like, you got to look up the picture.
I was about to say, if y'all have not seen the picture, please go Google it.
How is this not the worst idea on the planet? All it takes is one guy to come.
Oh my word.
Rip it out of his head and run
and you
away.
know somebody's going to.
Absolutely.
You know they are. Listen, this is just somebody with too much money. That's all it is. That is all it is. I need to know, are they real or fake chains?
I feel like they'd have to be real, right? To get
24
the clout.
karat with a K or with a C? I mean,
Oriel says, give me woolly mammoths instead of this guy.
yeah, I'm with you. 100%.
No.
Who is it again?
Make a hat. Do something like that. Don't
who is it?
surgically implant them. Dan Sir is his name. Dan Sir. Sir Dur. Dan Sir.
Oh,
Gold
gosh.
chains.
No.
Yeah, that's where we're at. That's
It
where
is.
we are
It
on
is
this
where
planet.
we are.
Let's take another quick break.
When we come back, get ready to subscribe to tacos.
Stick around. That is going to be our main topic for Monday. We're going to be talking about weird subscription services, all kicked off by a new one that's being tested from Taco Bell, where you could subscribe to tacos.
You know what I'm getting Topher for his birthday.
Interesting. It's interesting. Yeah, he already commented. He said, sign me the heck up.
Did he
When I
really?
posted the thing on
He said
Twitter.
heck, right?
I don't know what he said. I'm not his language keeper.
So apparently, I am known amongst my friends. See, I told you. I'm known amongst my friends at church for one comment that I have made. I think just once, really. But they hold it against me all the time. Okay? Somebody asked where Chris was, and I said, I don't know. I ain't my husband's keeper. And so now, every time that anybody asks, hey, do you know where so-and-so is? These people will go, she ain't their keeper. And I'm like, I said it one time, guys. One time. That's all.
Thank you, Grayson, for that rate of 1 viewer. And I think that might just be you.
Oh,
I think that's how that works.
okay.
But we're glad to
okay.
have you here.
He's still rated. It's the thought that counts.
Oh, man.
Sort of.
I lost all my viewers. Oof. Well,
They hopped on and said it's a father-daughter stream. Nah.
happened one time and you can't ever let it go.
That's exactly right. Listen, somebody somewhere thought that I was younger than you, and that's important. Hey.
Hey.
We're in your last few days.
I'm almost 36. Right?
Yeah. You're welcome.
The other day I thought I was already 36.
No.
I have to ask Daedra. I've had to ask Daedra my age since I was 22 because I cannot keep it straight. Like, once I hit adulthood, every age after that, I'm like, whatever.
But you were born in 85. Like, to me, being born in there's got to be a word for this, but in a 0 year or a 5 year is like the easiest way to figure out how old you are.
I'm not going to sit there and try and figure it out. It's something you're supposed to just be able to know, right?
No, not always.
My name is this, and I am this years old.
No,
that's
not
what
always.
you should know.
No, you listen.
After 25, it's all a blur. Yeah, you're right.
There's nothing else to live for.
We've been robbed. Sorry.
They took all my push pins.
They banned all my paper clips. And then they just left them there.
Took all the books off the shelves and stuck them on top of the shelves. I don't know why.
So the kids couldn't reach them. They're monsters. Okay. Tuesday. Here we go.
Science. Grayson has no idea what we're talking about right now. He's like, oh, what's happening?
Cousin, after he's got a second kid, he forgot everything. Yeah, that timed out about right for me, too.
Oh, you read my cousin after he got his second kid. He forgot everything. That's how you read it. And I was like, he got his second kid?
Like bought him?
Like bought him? That's what I thought. It was one of those subscription boxes we're going to talk about.
Dang it. I was hoping to get the limited edition towel set. I got another kid.
Oh my God.
This is the worst subscription box. Why did you sign me up for this? We've gotten 2 kids already in a row. They look exactly the same.
That's it. That's it. Cancel the box. We're done. I'm not paying for this anymore.
Jelly of the Month Club. At least I'll get a different fruit every month. Gosh. KidCrate. You thought it'd be full of toys. It's a big wooden box with holes drilled in it. Shows up on my doors. Can't even get into the dang door. Got a bed in there. Return to sender.
Oh, man. Oh, goodness. Any other day, I don't think I would find this as funny as what I'm finding it right now, but because I am absolutely exhausted.
Bill, did you get your KidCrate? You got the Chase? You got the golden one? Ah. Got the plain white kid.
It's the most basic Of all.
Basic.
Nothing limited
Eyes are
edition
brown.
about this one.
I mean, jeez.
Oh my gosh.
KidCrate is for timeouts. Go sit in the box you came in. Timeout. Your bet's still in there.
Oh, my cheeks hurt. Already. Good grief.
This is the sidetrack to end all sidetracks.
It is.
Oh gosh.
It is. All thanks to Grayson.
Thanks a lot.
Grayson said, I cannot even imagine having a subscription for children. That's okay. We just did it for you. We did all the imagining right now.
It's awful.
Yep. Does not sound fun at all.
Like there's a college humor ongoing video series called CEO, and typically it's for like a company that's under fire for something. It's a CEO trying to come out and calm things down. But they did one for like just a random hardware store, some old guy, local hardware store, and his son's trying to or his nephew's trying to bring it into the 21st century or something. And so he's sitting there reading all his copy and goes, "Join our Ladder of the Month club, and we'll send you a new 30-foot ladder each and every month." I'm sorry, I said it like it was normal, but it's crazy. We're going to send them a new 20-foot ladder every month? Yeah, it's called brand loyalty. They're going to have 12 ladders by the end of the year, Lucas. It's like, it doesn't matter. We get their data. Grandpa, oh, I'm just so sad. So getting a kid every month for a year.
Have 12 kids by the end of the year.
Hardware store. Oh yeah, hardware store by Weird Al. I have tried for years to be able to say the bridge part where it goes through all the different things you can find at a hardware store super fast. I still can't get there.
We said it joking, but that would be a really good way to end the foster system. I'm serious. It would be. What? It would be.
Mailing kids?
I'm not necessarily mailing kids. Good grief. I took it to a serious level. You need to step out of the joking level that you're at right now.
Took it to a weird level.
No, I didn't. Do you not remember? No, he's telling me to stop because I'm confusing you. Do you not remember Kevin's sermon about how if every Christian family would adopt just one child, then every child within the foster system would have a home, would have a family?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. See?
Great viewing.
My nose ring is hurting me now. I had snot, but then I wiped it and it hurt really bad.
This is the point I'm making.
It's really not.
Okay, let's move on to our show. Are you all right?
No, it hurts.
I'm gonna be here forever.
I'm crying and everything. That hurt really bad. Oh my gosh. That's exactly why it hurts. It's because you punched me in my face earlier. It's all your fault.
Oh,
I need another Kleenex.
oh my goodness. Do you need to go to the corner and
Get
blow your
for
nose?
trying to make a serious point. Hold on, I gotta sneeze.
Don't leave us in suspense.
Okay, I'm better.
Did you just wipe your eye with the Kleenex you sneezed into?
I sneezed into this part, and there's actually not even anything there, and I folded it in half and then wiped my eye with this part.
Okay.
Kleenex is not a one-use kind of thing. You can fold it and fold it.
Just reuse these reused ones.
It's just like toilet
Ow.
paper.
They're pointy now. Just like toilet paper.
I was waiting for you to get there.
Okay, let's erase everything we just recorded there. And start on over back to where.
Why would you re-erase that? Why would you erase
Why
that?
would you erase that? Why would you erase that, Rogie?
Woo!
Huh? Scooby snacks? By Shaggy.
Okay, listen. I have never realized how much Scooby and what's his name? Tim Allen sound alike. It's Tim that does the Toolman Taylor.
No, that wasn't it. No, I can't get it. I did it the other day. Huh? That's
Yeah,
that's
that.
that thing, but I was trying to
Yeah.
do I can't still do it. I'm coming out French. Not Mario.
No, not Lumiere from Beauty and the Beast.
Oh.
We're talking about...
Wah! That's Wario.
Okay, I gotta just tell you, there was a kid at my lunch table today who said, hey, I can do the... Listen. He said, hey, I can do a song to the Mario Land. And I said, oh, really? Let me hear it. And he goes... And I was like, good job. And walked away thinking, I ain't never heard that song in my entire life. Is he tone deaf? I don't understand. Did he really think that he was doing something? I was so confused. So confused.
Gotcha.
All right. Rise and shine, nerds.
Welcome to episode 402 of the Back Row Morning Show, part of the Love Thy Nerd Podcast Network and the official exclusive morning show for LTN Radio. I'm Radio Matt, the station manager and chief radio nerd. I'm a husband, a father of three, a Green Lantern fan, and a Funko Pop collector.
And I'm Mo, shorter, louder, smarter, and all around better than absolutely no one. I'm a wife, mom, elementary librarian, and seeker of truth, except when it comes to reality TV.
Today on the show, the subscription services that have failed horribly.
Also on the show today, our Discord will debate a topic. Is this correct?
It
Is
is,
this accurate?
yeah.
About Batman?
Batman. I almost did the Super Mario theme.
Hey.
That's from a story we were talking about before we went on
I
here.
can do a Mario song.
But first, today is Tuesday, September 21st, 2021, and we got some holidays to celebrate.
Right, it's Miniature Golf Day.
Miniature
Golf.
golf
Also
day.
known as putt-putt.
Putt-putt golf.
Mini
That's
golf.
a brand.
Or crazy golf.
Putt is a brand.
Or, no, it's not a brand. I mean, it is a brand, but it's also...
I was about to say, I've had so many birthday parties at a putt-putt golf course. Get off.
Can I speak, please?
Can you? I'd like to know.
As I was searching for facts, this was one of the facts that I came across, that miniature golf is known by several variations, and putt-putt golf is one of them.
Several variations. Yes.
Mini golf.
It's one of
miniature
those,
golf,
but it's one of those
putt-putt
situations
golf.
where it started
Crazy
with
golf.
the company and it became
think
the
that it
name.
did.
It did.
I don't think it did.
It did. Why would it originally be called putt-putt golf?
Because
How
you
would that
are-
come before? Not because you're not putt-putting, you're putting.
I was literally going to say because you're putting, okay? I wasn't
Right,
going
but
to
so
say
why would it
because you're
say
putt-putting. Let me speak before you jump all over me.
Either way, my point is the same. It would be called putt golf then. It wouldn't be putt-putt golf. Putt-putt golf was a brand Excuse me. It's over there mimicking me.
I did that to our gym teacher during lunch duty the other day as he called out to the kids and said, "This is your 5-minute warning. You have 5 minutes left of lunch." And so I was standing behind him. He says the same thing every day. "Guys, how many minutes do you have left of lunch?" And all the kids go, 5 minutes. And he goes, "So what does that mean? Stop chatting and more eating." And so I'm standing behind him going, 5 minutes. What does that mean? Stop chatting and more eating. And all the kids are losing it. And he's like, "Why are you laughing at me?" His daughter was also in there during that lunch period, and she's
great.
losing it the most out of all the kids. And she's just like, "Miss Mo, Daddy, Miss Mo." I was like, "I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't do anything."
I did that to Lark on our
Oh my gosh.
our last stream.
You know, I'm surprised we haven't even talked about. Was it our last stream or the stream before last?
I don't remember. One of the
I think it was
recent
the
ones.
stream before last that you did it. Our last stream. I'm surprised we're sitting here
Oh, yeah.
today.
Yeah. It was mean.
Was it? I
was
felt
mean.
instantly bad. See, it's
Yeah, you
moments
did.
like that I
good
wish I was streaming. It's moments like
I really wish you were too, because you've had some pretty great games that I would have loved to see your side of things from.
Well, see, and it's funny because the whole time that I'm like imposter and I'm actually actively in the round, I'm freaking out.
Oh, yeah.
Like-
I think most people are.
Freaking out. And then we get into chat and I'm like, okay, you got to go defensive mode, let's turn it on. And I really went defensive that time. I was very
Mo made
very
me feel
quick.
really bad. Like I thought I caught her. Okay, look. So we were both watching cams. I'm sorry if you're not into Among Us. You gotta get into Among
sorry.
Us. Understand? We're both watching cams. I get off cams because an emergency starting. I'm running towards it. She starts following me, and so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna run back. And then she runs back towards me. I'm like, nope, okay, nope. And I start running. I'm like, she's the killer. She's going to kill me. She's going to use this opportunity. We're on the complete other side of the ship. She's going to kill me and run. So it now becomes a hide from Mo game. And I am luckily escaping her in every instance, which is hard to do in Among Us. But I got in the corners, and she misses me all these times. And like, I'm freaking out because I keep accidentally running into her. And then finally, I escape her. I find someone that I'm assuming she just killed. I report and I say, it's definitely Mo. And she talks me out of seeing what I saw. All this kind of saying, no, you just, and I'm like, oh gosh, okay, maybe I really am just reading into things because I thought you were initially when you turned around. And so I was making an excuse for you to definitely be the killer, even though I didn't see you actually kill anybody or do anything particularly. I'm like, just, okay, maybe it's not you. And I'm thinking, oh, maybe it is this other guy. Maybe it's Grayson. Oh gosh.
It was
I haven't seen
beautiful.
Grayson at all.
It was beautiful.
And Mo's like, I swear, man, I didn't do that. I didn't do what you think I did. I didn't do that at all. I went in, I fixed the thing. I was doing the right things, all this stuff. It's making me feel so terrible.
I really don't think I said I swear.
You said
don't-
enough of a.
I definitely leaned towards the I'm not lying to
It
you,
wasn't
but
me. You didn't see that.
I don't.
I'm almost certain you said at least I promised or something. I
No,
didn't do that. I
absolutely
promise
not.
I didn't.
Absolutely not. I know 100% I did not say I promised. I
don't
know
what
I
you
didn't.
saw, but I didn't do it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I really didn't do that. I know I didn't.
Let your yes be yes, Mo. Let your no be no.
Not when you're playing Among Us.
Anyway, yeah. So I voted Grayson out in the
I
last
was
second.
letting my yes be
I
yes
let
and
that.
my
I
no
let
be
that
no.
timer go down. I was panicking in my brain. Let it go all the way to 0 almost. And then Mo tried to apologize, and I wasn't having any of it.
So I think that part was even more epic than
It was
me.
pretty funny.
Yeah. Is anybody talking?
Someone
Can you
talking? I
guys
don't hear
hear
anybody.
me?
Can you hear me? Okay, I can hear you.
Yeah, I
All
can
right,
hear
okay.
you guys. Okay.
Is everybody in the room?
Is everybody in? I'm only showing 13.
No, there's 14. No, there's only 13. I'm pretty sure. I only see 13 people. in the room.
Everybody, Matt, there's 14. No, I only see 13. Only some people were getting it, and I'm like hysterically losing it.
But anyway, that brings me back. The only reason I really forgave her so easily was because I did the same thing to her early on. It was like in the first few weeks of you
Yeah.
playing. I killed, I think it was Lark or somebody on my way to a sabotage. And then I'm just waiting in the sabotage room. And they both kind of like stumble upon Lark's dead body or one way or another. And they're just both petitioning me now, saying, no, it's definitely this person. No, it's definitely Mo. No, it's definitely, I think it was Kiwi. It's definitely Kiwi. No, it's Mo. And it's just them back and
Yeah.
forth. I'm like, oh gosh, who is it? All the while I'm thinking this is the best ever. I was like, this is Christmas.
Yeah.
And so they're arguing and laughs. And I pretend the same thing. I pretend like I'm just, I can't decide which one of you is really the killer.
Yeah.
And I let the timer run all the way out. And then I hit skip instead of voting for one of them. And it continues the game, and I mute myself, and I'm laughing hysterically because now I get to kill one of them.
Again, that would have been an epic moment for me to be streaming, because the second that I realized you skipped, I went, it's Matt. It's Matt. Like, my whole face just went from like panic and trying to convince you that it's Kiwi. It's not me. It's not Matt. Please listen to me. Matt,
listen.
can you hear me?
Listen to my
Matt,
voice.
Yes, listen. It's not
me.
It's not me. It is not me.
And Kiwi, of course, it's not him either.
Yeah.
So he's yelling, please, Matt, you gotta believe me, dude. You gotta believe me.
Oh man,
I'll subscribe to your channel, man. Just don't vote for me.
the second it popped up, I was like, it's Matt. It's Matt.
All right. Well, we have dragged
Anyway,
this
yeah.
segment
Sorry,
out. So
hey,
let's
it's
just
also National IT Professionals Day,
skip through
National
that one.
Pecan Cookie Day,
Yes, sir.
and International Day of Peace.
Who cares?
There you
All
go.
right.
Matt.
Kidding.
that
I'm
was-
kidding. I'm kidding. I love peace.
And never mind.
2 fingers up.
Peace.
Peace.
And quiet.
On one hand.
I do this
For those
to my
listening on
students
the
all the time. Peace and quiet. Peace and quiet.
I feel like hearing the phrase 2 fingers up on the radio might conjure up a different image.
Oh,
Peace sign
okay.
up.
But hold on, I got to tell you, I was doing
Another
peace
story.
and quiet
We got
to my
another story,
students
guys,
in
just in
the
case you were
cafeteria
wondering.
the other day. And so peace and quiet is the peace sign, 2 fingers up, and then the quiet sign, 1 finger over your mouth. Okay? Well, he was definitely holding up his middle finger over his mouth. Just in the middle of the cafeteria, while the principal is talking, she's making an announcement. He's just got his middle finger up over his mouth, the peace sign up, and I'm like, no.
Rock finger. Pointy finger. Pointy finger.
Yeah, it was fun. Gotta love second
See,
graders.
I see that image and I'm like, I'm going number 2. Don't tell anybody.
Of course you would think that. Of course.
Sliding out of the room. Don't tell anybody.
Yep.
All right. Once a week, we like to open up our Discord, backrowdiscord.com, for some of our back row buds to argue some of the internet's favorite arguments. Today, we got ourselves an interesting one. It is, should Batman kill recurring villains such as the Joker? Well, I'm not even going to leave a qualifier. We'll just leave it at that, and you can make your own case. But first, let's open up our chat here. Hola.
Hello, Matt and Mo.
Hey.
Hello, Oriole.
So we got Oriole, we got Grayson, and we got Thray in the chat.
Ah.
And yeah, so did y'all hear the question?
Yes.
No, I did not.
Question is, should Batman kill his recurring villains such as the Joker?
Oh my.
Yeah. So since Grayson heard it, I'll let Grayson go first.
Oh yes, let Grayson go first. He was the first wrong.
Okay, hold on, but I went first last time. I, thought
I
someone else
can't
should
tell
do
if that was
No, we have to
sarcasm
go. We have to
or
go in
not.
order.
Oh, yes. Let Grayson go.
Okay, who wants to go first? Thray, would you like to go first? Grayson is abstaining from being first.
Yeah, I went first last time.
3.
But we should always but we should totally let him go first because we have to do this in order of Robin, right? I mean, never mind. The joke is going
What?
over the head.
Oh, Grayson!
Never mind. That's really bad. I'm not allowed to make it.
I didn't get it,
No,
but now
I got it
it.
right away.
Mo still
No.
doesn't get it.
We're just gonna leave it alone. We're just gonna leave it alone.
The first Robin's name is Dick
Go
Grayson.
off. in a corner.
So she's saying, of course he's got to go first.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. It's a Batman question. I had to.
All right,
It was
Dre.
perfect to do.
So my joke tanked, so I guess I'll go first. I might get outvoted, but I prefer my Batman not to kill. I know that is not necessarily a popular opinion, and Jason would definitely disagree with me. But I like a no-kill Batman scenario. I grew up on, the cartoons where if anybody died, it was because of their own downfall. They just happened to, accidentally fall off a cliff or something.
But you're talking about like the villains.
Yeah.
Okay.
If the villain died or had a horrible accident, it was the consequences of what happened. I prefer a detective to, do the detecting and solve the crime before the police and then leave it for them.
No.
You prefer a detective?
No way.
So yeah, now my intern can go. Okay, your turn, man. Go.
I got a question.
Oh, yeah?
Who's Jason?
Jason Todd, another Robin,
Okay, so...
Okay.
who was killed.
I needed to know if I needed
Joker.
to take out my book and write a note.
Jason Todd gets killed by the Joker.
No.
Okay.
Okay, so we got four main Robins. There are others, but 4 core ones, I guess.
Yeah.
We've got Dick Grayson, we've got Jason Todd, we've got Tim Drake, and then we've got Damian Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
And so the big drama with Jason is first off that he's the rebel and he's got the dramatic past and he wanted Batman to kill Joker for reasons. And yeah. But that anyway, I'm going to just be quiet now because there are other people.
I really want you to keep going. I want to hear the entire lore of the Batman franchise.
Are you purposely
as
wearing
dictated by Thray.
your Batman shirt
No, we deserve
tonight?
it, but it's what we needed.
No, I'm not. This is a happy coincidence.
It's a happy coincidence. Matt loves Batman, for
dear.
those who don't know.
All right, Grayson.
Okay. So when I was, 6, 7 years old, I was playing Injustice.
So last year?
Be nice.
That was a decade ago.
Sorry,
All
I'm sorry.
right.
Oh my gosh.
All right. I'll have you know that was a
that
decade ago.
was 3 decades ago.
That's a decade, not 3.
For me.
Oh, for you.
Same here, Mo.
All right, I'm sorry, Grayson. Continue on.
Anyways.
Mo, stop derailing us.
And in that game, Superman kills Joker and Batman was helping. So I grew up with, Batman killing Joker in a video game, so you can obviously see my point here.
Can we?
No.
Should
He thinks that
No,
Batman should
actually.
kill. Yes.
Batman should kill Joker?
That's what he thinks.
But on rare occasions, like non-canon things, such as in Joker.
Okay, just on Sundays he should kill Joker.
Yeah, just on Sunday.
But Sunday is the Sabbath day.
Brian.
Okay, well then on Monday. If you want to make Joker's Monday even worse, go ahead. Do it
Let's
on
not
Monday.
drag Calendar Man into this, okay? We do not need Calendar Man involved.
Brian.
So, I don't think Batman should kill Joker, because I actually think that they need each other to kind of feed off of each other's energy. Like, you wouldn't, like, Batman and Joker just would not be the same without each other.
Yeah. I mean, it's like Matt and I.
Peanut butter and jelly.
So
it's
the
just-
Lego Batman movie.
yeah,
I'd have to say,
Yeah, kind
I'm
of.
fighting a lot of people right now. I like to fight
Right.
around.
well, even what's his name? Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
He, as Joker, he even said the same thing, that they complete each other. I mean,
We're destined to do
The-
this.
Still
Yeah.
too soon. It's still too soon.
It does hurt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so none of y'all have actually brought up the reasoning why, and so I didn't put it in the question. But let me add it to the question. Should Batman kill recurring villains such as the Joker that routinely take the lives of innocent people to stop that from happening again in the future? Because see, Thray brought up, the only time that villains die is, when they accidentally happen to do it themselves or something of that nature. But what about all the innocent people that die at the hands of these villains? Shouldn't Batman just take them out to stop them once they've established themselves as, we're going to keep doing this over and over again, keep killing innocent people?
See, I feel like the comics continuously have the same argument, but there's a reason that we like Batman and we see him as something other than the form of vigilantism that is illegal. And while there are plenty of DC superheroes and characters that are designed to point out the flaws in, real world systems that fail, I don't know. DC is a lot of escapism, at least for me. If I'm in the DC universe, I'm looking for a higher standard to a degree. A world where the detective finds him and can hand him over to his friend who happens to run the police department, and then be kind of okay with all of this for weird reasons. And, they don't tell us if in Gotham there's a death penalty, but that's
there
for
have
their
to be,
voters to figure out. So, that's off comic stuff to figure out.
I feel like if you're choosing to live in Gotham, then you're putting your own life in your hands at that point. I mean,
Well, yeah. If you go to Metropolis, they're always talking trash about living in Gotham. So
that's
yeah.
true.
And Gotham, if it's portrayed by literally anything in DC ever, Gotham is not a great place to live.
I don't know.
It's
I liked Batman Forever version. A lot of neon gangs there. Seems
what about
fun.
Batman and Robin?
That
Yeah,
too, yeah.
but don't drink
They
the
both
water.
seem fun. They both seem
Don't
fun.
drink the water.
All right. Anyone have anything else to add?
No, it's just I don't know. Because they kind of put that choice also in Batman, the one with Heath Ledger. I can't remember the name of it now off the top of my head for some. Oh,
The Dark Knight. Yeah.
The Dark Knight.
where the two groups of people on the boats had the boat full of prisoners and the boat full of regular civilians. They each had a bomb that they could detonate the other one and save themselves. And both sides chose not to do that.
Literally, my favorite scene of any superhero movie ever is when that big muscular prisoner
Right.
basically convinces the guy to hand it to him, implying that he's going to blow up the other boat and save them, and then throws it out the window and goes and sits down.
Yep.
I'm like, golly, that was powerful.
Yeah.
That was so good.
Right.
And I loved it. I loved that, yeah.
So, same here. That was one of my favorite scenes in that as well.
But
And
it's
like you
dirty
said,
pool
just
you bringing
great
that
job.
up to to support your argument here, because now I can't argue with you.
And I also have to. I'm sorry, I might be talking too much, but
You're a bit robotic.
I also think of the other times that DC characters. Oh, my apologies. With this choice, whether it be their own arch enemy of choice and the various other worlds that unfold due to the consequences of that. And I don't know, very rarely is that a good place that I want to hang out with very long. It's good for a one-off episode for ethical conversation, but generally those are not very nice places to be. The ones that are jumping to mind for me right off the top are usually Superman ones, but
Yeah.
but I'm sure there's plenty of others. But yeah, you guys are a little more knowledgeable in other. I mean, I gotta believe there's a Green Lantern parallel somewhere in there. I just am not very knowledgeable in the Green Lantern lore.
Well, there's plenty. There's plenty. There's a whole storyline because for the longest time, Green Lantern's rings are non-lethal. Like, they are not able to kill anybody. And there's a whole storyline where Sinestro essentially tricks them into allowing this to become a thing, allowing the Guardians to approve lethal force with the rings, basically opening up a Pandora's box that they're not going to close again. And even though Sinestro lost that battle, like, he sees it as he won because he accomplished what he wanted to accomplish, setting them down a darker path. Yeah. Yeah. I'll talk all day about Green Lantern if we're going to open that can of worms.
Yeah, I figured.
I can open something similar, but I don't want to. I could go on for several hours just talking about it, and I don't want to talk about it right now. So,
well, thank y'all so much for joining in on the discussion. I think y'all made some good points there.
Yeah.
I'll let you in. Mo, do you have a final thought to throw in?
No.
All right, cool. It's the first time she hasn't had something to say all night. All right. You don't have a random story from school to talk about or something?
No.
Well, who's your favorite superhero?
You know King Thray now? I wasn't even talking at that point.
I would never, ever mock Thray. Thank you very much. I would only mock you.
Sure.
I really wouldn't.
Now I'm worried. I can't see.
No, I really wouldn't. I don't know, Thray. I have no idea who my favorite. I'm about to throw all my snotty tissues at you.
Well, it's not Matt.
You hear that,
Okay.
Thray?
Have a good
She's
night.
threatening you.
It's clearly not that. Yeah.
Mo's not a big superhero person.
Yeah.
She's nerdy in other ways. We still love her.
Okay.
Sorry.
Thank you, guys.
Don't be sorry.
Be sorry. Sheesh. Goodness gracious.
Mind your business, Matt. Stop judging me. You are not my judge.
Thank you guys for joining in on that Arguing on Discord. We're going to take a break right here. When we come back, GEICO-Flavored Ice Cream.
Stick around. That sounds disgusting.
Oh, you just wait. Tastes like
lizard?
tastes
Like gecko?
like geckos and insurance.
Great.
Welcome back to the Back Row Morning Show. I'm Radio Matt.
And I'm Mo.
And we changed some things up for this new season, including what we record live on Twitch. Each week we record our shows the Friday or Saturday before with our friends. Follow us on twitch.tv/LTNOnAir to be notified when we go live, and join our Discord at backrowdiscord.com for after the show discussion and even opportunities to be on the show yourself, just like last segment with our Arguing on Discord time. I was going to say segment again, but that would have sounded weird. Facts. Before we go any further, it's time for Mo's Fact of the Day. Oh, you have a whole line.
I really did have a line.
You skipped, so you were just
We'll talk
pausing,
about it.
making me feel awkward.
Yeah, we'll talk about that after my fact, though. The first recognizable mini golf course in the U.S. opened in 1916 in Pinehurst, California, and was named This'll Do, as a play on words indicating that this will do in place of an actual golf course. It was
I like that.
This'll
This'll do. D-H-U. All right, so is your problem that this week you had the taste test and you didn't bring one?
Oh, no, I brought
okay.
it. I have multiple taste tests.
Oh, okay.
Dun, dun, dun. Plus,
ready
our
to
normal
laugh?
Tuesday taste test will now only be available on our video platforms. Catch it live on Twitch or later in the week on YouTube at youtube.com. On youtube.ltr. Where's it at, Matt? Can you tell us?
youtube.ltnonair.com or on our TikTok at the Back Row LTN.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Now it's time that we come clean and admit that we have a major junk food problem. And
Good save.
every week we like to showcase and talk about the junk food that has been recently announced or even spotted in stores or on menus.
All right. We're going to kick off today with Hershey's oat-made candy bars.
Oh, I'm so tired. Oat-made candy?
Yeah.
What?
All you lactose
the
intolerant
heck?
people that can't stand milk chocolate bars, well, we got oat chocolate bars.
Matt,
What?
Matt,
What?
it has never once occurred to me, ever, ever.
That milk chocolate has milk in it?
Yes. I was today years old when I found out that milk chocolate has milk in it.
I thought they were just getting chocolate from cows. I didn't know.
Nope.
They milked that chocolate. So they got classic dark and then extra creamy almond and sea salt. No milk, completely vegan, limited test release through next June at certain stores, certain cities. But yeah, oat milk based.
I'm just going to sit over here silently.
Grayson, of course, Mo would not understand the
Listen
fact
here,
that milk
Grayson.
chocolate would have
Listen here.
milk in
I
it.
am your elder, and you will respect me. So keep your judgmental comments.
3, isn't that basically a granola bar? No, it's not oats. it's made from oat milk, oat squeezins, like we call it here on the farm. Next up, Smart Food cinnamon sugar donut popcorn. Are you
I'm
okay?
sorry.
I thought your jaw was locked. What happened?
KY has just blown my mind.
Hershey bar melted between buttered bread like a grilled cheese. I read it on a grilled cheese and I about vomited. Sorry. I thought you were having Hershey bar and grilled cheese sandwiches.
No, a Hershey bar melted
Yeah.
between 2 slices of buttered bread.
That sounds pretty good, actually. Yeah. I've never thought of that in my life.
Why have I never done this? Grilled chocolate sandwich.
Grilled chocolate sandwich. Hot dang. Forget the rest of this list. Let's go home right now.
And the show is done.
We're out. See you next week. All right.
Man.
Alrighty, next up. Frosted mocha latte Pop-Tarts.
Okay.
Why not?
Everything sounds so mediocre now.
The new Pokemon Oreo collaboration is hitting shelves, should already be hitting shelves and showing
Yeah.
up in stores right now. There are 16 different Pokemon designs on the cookies, but the designs range in their rarity, just like Pokemon themselves do, with Mew being the most scarce cookie. That means each pack of cookies has a different variety of designs. Pepsi Cola is coming out with some soda shop flavors.
Soda shop flavors.
So
Yeah.
cream soda cola and black cherry cola, both coming out for Pepsi Cola in these very nice looking classic designed cans. I like it.
Okay.
White chocolate, pumpkin pie, Dove Promises, which is what they call their little white chocolate chocolates.
Do you get it? Do you
What?
get it? It's a Dove promise. Dove promise. You're going biblical.
Oh, okay. So like the rainbow being the promise. And the dove. I get it.
See?
It's weird.
You're weird.
Icebreakers and Icebreakers Ice Cubes gum in pina colada flavor is back.
Do you still chew icebreakers?
Nah.
I feel like it was a thing when we were in high school.
But there are so many flavors of it now. There's like 50 flavors every time I go to the store. My kids love them.
Really?
Love them.
See, I can't do them anymore. I guess it's because I'm old.
Yeah, I
Like,
just don't like them either.
Yeah. Okay.
Mountain Dew Thrashed Apple is now out in Kroger and Kroger owned. Kroger owned. That's hard to say
Okay,
together.
listen.
Stores only.
For our people who have a Kroger near them, if you can get your hands on this, please send us one because I do not like Mountain Dew, but I think this might
I
actually
like a
be.
green apple flavored
Yeah.
Mountain Dew.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I'm interested.
We got International Delight Iced Coffee Reese's flavor.
Yeah.
Kit Kat gingerbread cookie flavor.
Yeah.
Hershey's sugar cookie candy bars.
Yeah.
Peanut brittle Reese's. They're Reese's peanut butter cups that have peanuts in them and are coated with a peanut brittle flavored cream.
Now that sounds good. That sounds good.
Walmart is going a little gourmet with their ice cream flavors. Great value ice cream flavors. Biscuits and jam, which is cookies and grape jelly. Or jam, I guess. Whatever. I don't know what the difference is. Bourbon brown butter caramel. And skillet banana caramel.
I definitely saw Skittle banana caramel.
Skittle bananas.
What?
Do you have any of that beer with the Skittles floating in it? You know, Skittle Brow? No, I think you dreamed that. Oh. Skittle bananas. Mm. Will you control yourself? Mo's over here spreading COVID everywhere.
I don't have COVID.
Lastly, here's the big one.
I just have allergies.
GEICO.
I'm allergic to Matt's garbage.
GEICO and the rap group Tag Team are launching an ice cream based off the recent GEICO commercial. The commercial reworked the hit Tag Team song Whoop, There It Is to include lyrics about French vanilla, rocky road, chocolate peanut butter cookie dough, Scoop, there it is. The second part of the campaign includes the launch of Scoop, there it is, the flavor. The ice cream has a vanilla base, peanut butter swirl, cookie dough, and chocolate covered marshmallows to mimic the rocky road. The ice cream is being launched as a giveaway only. Fans can enter from a few days ago through October 1st by following GEICO on TikTok or Instagram, posting a video of themselves dancing to the Scoop There It Is track and mentioning GEICO and the hashtag GEICO Ice Cream in the caption. The winners will be selected at random, so don't worry if you have poor dancing skills. It's not who dances best. It's just you get in there and you get one. So Mo's gonna film herself dancing and try and get a pint for us to try.
So I actually did learn a TikTok dance today thanks to my 5th graders. They taught me the Liv and Maddie, Heather and Linda, Best Friends Forever theme song dance, which is super easy. But anyway.
Do it for everybody on the radio.
I have to have someone to do it with me. I have to play the song. And then it's a best friends dance, so it's a 2-parter. What?
I can't keep looking at you in the camera. She has a wad of tissue in between her glasses and her eyeball. For why, I don't know. Why come do you have this wad of tissue between your glasses and your eyeball?
Because my eye is draining. Okay, Matt, you have known me for how many years? You know that when my allergies start to act up, my eye waters a lot.
Okay, yeah. But say watering. Don't say draining. Draining implies pus.
Well, it's watering, okay? It's watering. But I want to know, like, Grayson is for real hating on me tonight, and I am not about it. He has told me to control myself.
Yeah. You sneezed like
Then
4
he
times.
says to brag about the fact that I have a jar of dirt. Is he saying that I'm talking too much?
No.
Like, that's how I'm taking it.
No,
brag about the fact that you have a jar of dirt.
No.
Like, that's like,
The
what else
the
you gonna
jar
brag
of dirt
about?
is a reference based on the eye thing.
Oh.
And the control yourself woman is based on the fact that you sneezed 4 times in a row.
Well, I mean, there were other things up there, too. But whatever. Like being disrespected around here.
All right, let's take
My
another
turf.
quick break. What a show today's been.
When we come back, Movie Pass, Dash Buttons, all kinds of subscription services that have failed.
Stick around. That is our main topic for this week, but you
Sorry,
don't get to
Grayson.
hear it here. You can hear it later on the show.
See, listen, I felt the best when I had that wad of tissue shoved in my glasses. That's the best that I've felt all night, and you've given me a hard time.
KY just made
the mascara off my eye.
KY just made a South Park reference. Respect my authority.
Yep.
I'm not gonna lie, I used to watch South Park all the dang time.
All the time.
So I was in high school, and that was my kind of humor back then.
I was not allowed to watch
Oh,
South
I wasn't
Park,
either.
And
But I
I've
did.
actually only seen one South Park, and that is the one about Mormons.
That's a good one.
It's the only one that I've seen, and that was just recently when Josh and Andrea were here.
The one about Scientology is pretty good.
Is it? Do they have one about Christianity? Like, wonder if they have one about Baptist.
They
Should
have
totally go watch that one.
multiple references to Christianity and very disrespectful uses of Jesus.
I mean,
So yeah,
if you are a Mormon, then you're going to say the same thing about that Mormon
true.
episode.
Yeah. I'm
that
just
it's
saying I'm
very
not
disrespectful.
recommending, but
I was just curious.
yeah,
That's all.
don't watch it. It's all right. Don't watch it, Grayson. It's way past its prime anyway.
Yeah.
And even when was in its prime, it was disgusting and gross. I've definitely grown out of it because I almost watched an episode of it recently because we got Paramount Plus for a month so the kids could watch the Paw Patrol movie.
Paw Patrol.
I watched
Paw
about
Patrol.
10 minutes. I'm like, oh
Be there
gosh,
on the
get
double.
this off my screen, please. Maybe it's because I've been watching a lot of kids' movies for the last almost 8 years. I don't know, but I'm not into that stuff anymore. Family Guy is not that much better, honestly. Like, who would have thought that it would be this day and age where, like, The Simpsons is almost family-friendly, wholesome content
Topher
compared
loves
to
The
everything
Simpsons.
else.
Actually, both the boys are very much into The Simpsons, and it's a totally different generation. When, like, I even thought about watching The Simpsons, and my mom was like, "Absolutely not! You will not watch that filth in this house." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, yeah." It's better than a lot of other things that you could possibly watch. So, sure, why not? Go for it.
Eat my shorts. Don't have a cow, man. Those were like horrific things to hear in the 90s. People are like, don't watch The Simpsons. Now that's like the tamest thing. I still remember the first time they said the word crap on Hey Arnold. Like
Move
a
it,
kid
football
show.
head.
And I was like, holy cow, they can't say that.
That's not okay.
They can't say the C word on a kid's show, but it's changing
Well, I
times.
feel like
man.
even back in the day, Rocky and Bullwinkle were like, I can remember my mom being very cautious about me watching Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Weird.
Uh-huh.
It was during the South Park times where the S word became acceptable after a certain time on cable channels.
I mean, now you can basically say just about anything.
Well, now everything's streamed, so there are no rules on streaming services. Say whatever. See, the first time that happened to us was with Community, because Community went to Yahoo Screen for the very last season, that very short-lived streaming service. And you're like, oh man, they're gonna start using the F word and stuff, and then like they didn't until the very last episode where they threw it in 3 times, I think. We're like, ugh.
Just because.
Just almost, yeah, just because they could.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on. All right. This is tangent day. This is just tangent week. We're just going to keep going off.
Yeah, but, I get accused of.
I was chastising myself. I just did this tangent myself. It's also Mo's so sensitive day.
I don't feel good. I'm tired. Being disrespected up in here by people who are 20 years younger than me.
I've never seen Adventure Time. No, that was way past my time. Like, no. Nah, we're good.
Rise and shine, nerds.
Welcome to episode 403 of the Back Row Morning Show, part of the Love Thy Nerd podcast network and the official exclusive morning show for LTN Radio. I'm Radio Matt, the station manager and chief radio nerd. I'm a husband, a father of 3, including a newborn baby girl, a Green Lantern fan. I was supposed to take that part out, wasn't I? The newborn baby girl part. And a Funko Pop collector.
And I'm Mo, shorter, louder, smarter, and all around better than Matt. I'm a wife, mom, elementary librarian, and seeker of truth, except when it comes to reality TV.
Sheesh. Today on the show, subscription services are here to stay. Is that a good thing?
Also on the show today, Matt tries to beat me in trivia.
Yeah.
Oh,
But first, today is Wednesday, September 22nd, 2021, and we got some holidays to celebrate.
that's right. It's Hobbit Day. So if you got big old feet with hair,
Today's your day. If
today's
you're short with big feet, big hairy feet.
you live in a house underneath of a hill, and your uncle's name is Bilbo, it's your day.
I feel like there were a lot more hobbits than just that one specific one with an uncle named Bilbo. Right? Am I
Yes.
wrong? Like, I
No,
don't know
you're
the
not.
franchise.
You're not wrong
Okay,
at
well, you
all.
paused
but
like I
good
was.
grief. It was just one of those. Oriole says he's not short, so it's not his day. All the other qualifiers he falls under. But he's just not short.
Grayson
so.
as well. Big feet with hair, but not short. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
KY says she feels seen. So I'll leave you to decide what she means by that.
Yep.
What else we got?
I can't say that word.
Centenarians Day.
What exactly is that?
That is celebrating the people that have lived to be 100 years old or older and are still alive today.
Okay. Yeah, they definitely need a day. It's also National Ice Cream Cone Day.
I mean, why not?
Yeah. National Singles Day.
Take your 100-year-old grandma out for ice cream.
Because she's
Probably the
single.
only thing she can eat.
Wow.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to our fan base of 100 plus people that listen.
Wait. The fan base of people who are 100 plus?
Yeah.
Because that made it sound like our fan base of 100 plus.
I think that's also probably about accurate.
Okay, it's National Singles Day and also National White Chocolate Day,
Yeah,
which,
I guess.
in case you didn't know, and you weren't here with us yesterday, milk chocolate contains milk.
But white chocolate. Wait, actually might also. I don't know.
It
for
does.
Sure. Are you assuming that just because it's
No.
white?
So my fact of the day is about.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
so-
Okay. We'll save it for then.
I will.
All right, so I have a short story.
Oh, really?
We're gonna bring it down.
Really?
We're gonna bring it down.
Oh.
We're gonna be a little sad at first.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Then we're gonna move on because the sadness is just the context. So this past several weeks, my mother-in-law has been in the hospital because of COVID. COVID took her to the hospital. She caught COVID, struggled with it for a few days, and then really was having trouble breathing. So they took her to the hospital, and things just kind of started going downhill a bit, like pretty rapidly and scary wise. And she got eventually put on a ventilator, and that has started to improve things. But the only thing that wasn't improving was like her kidney function. And so they needed to put her on a ventilator and dialysis, but all that. But anyway, things are looking great now. Things are getting better, going in the right direction. She's in a new hospital in a bigger city that can handle this better, all this. And so things are going well. But the situation is, when she's in the ventilator, she is like in a kind of a medically induced coma. And so they brought in a radio for her to listen to K-Love on, to just kind of, subconsciously keep her inspired, which, I don't know the science behind that, but there's clearly many incidences of stuff like that helping. And so my wife has been, who doesn't really listen to K-Love anymore, has been trying to listen to it a lot of times just to kind of be hearing the same thing her mom's hearing and, you know, just kind of be this bit of support. And she's saying it's some of the hardest stuff she's ever had to do lately because it is so difficult to listen to K-Love right now. And I haven't really listened to K-Love in a long time, but, you know, and we give him a hard time because it's positive, encouraging, you know, and we're like, you know, let's talk about some real stuff. And, you know, you have to applaud them for trying to be that outlet of let's just be all positive. Let's if people are going to tune in, let's not bring them down. Let's keep them happy. I get that. And I get the need for that. But she said that it's so difficult these days because all there is bad news, it feels like, especially just since 2020 and COVID started. Like every day, something else terrible is happening and they can't talk about any of it.
Yeah.
So she said she was listening and the story, she wanted to drill into her skull because what they were talking about was comparing two different videos on TikTok for cuteness over the radio. So they're playing the audio, but the cuteness is being judged by how cute they look. And they're playing the audio over the radio and asking people to call in and say which one's cuter. And I'm sitting here thinking, well, you know, I mean, we do taste tests over the radio sometimes, and we did that long before we did the Twitch show.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, unless it's like a spicy thing or a super sour thing where you really need to see our face reactions, you know, you're getting our review of it. But it's hard to like judge physical cuteness through audio only.
Yeah, that's why there are so many radio hosts. Because we don't have to see their face.
But that really got me thinking about the tough spot that K-Love is in right now. Like, how do you continually come up with positive things to talk about for, you know, long enough to carry talking segments on a radio station in our time that we live in right now?
Why are you feeling sorry for them?
We're not enemies, Mo. We're frenemies.
Exactly. So that's
Anyway.
why to their face we go, oh, that sucks. But behind their back, we're like,
That's right.
we saw this
Keep
one coming a
talking
long
about
time
your
ago.
TikTok videos.
That's why we're. Never mind.
But no, I just it's I don't really have a point to
Why
the story.
I was gonna say, why are we talking about
other than
this?
it's just really, it's got to be really hard to be stuck in that bubble right now these days. I feel like it really wouldn't be hard up until the last 2 years. And I'm like, geez, if I had to come up with show prep that was nothing but positive and encouraging things, it would be difficult. It would be super difficult. Our shows would be 10 minutes long, which, you know, sometimes maybe that's not a bad thing. This week we've tended to drone on and on about things. So today's show is going to be shorter. I'm just going to stop right there. Let's take a break right here. When we come back, Mo and I go head to head in the game.
Stick around.
Our Wednesday shows do tend to be shorter.
Because we're tired.
We are tired. It's time to be done entertaining you folks. What was that?
I don't know. You heard it too?
Yeah. That wasn't you?
No, it wasn't me. I promise.
Hello?
Y'all watching?
We're about to get murdered live here on
Seriously.
Twitch.
Like, I got my phone.
You dial 91, and when I say dial 1 again.
Are you going to go check?
No. We're not coming up the stairs. We'll hear him up the stairs. And then you're here in between the door and me, so I'll be fine. Didn't it sound like a knock? It sounded like a knock.
Yes.
It didn't sound like someone was inside. So why would they knock if they were inside? Okay, you know what? I'm going to go check for your peace of mind, but that means you have to entertain these people.
Okay.
Oh, gracious. Do-do-do. Oh, my back hurts.
Hi, people. It was all a ruse, so he could leave and I could get the show to myself. No, I'm just kidding. It really wasn't. But for real, since he's gone, I'm going to let y'all vote, okay? I have 3 different kinds of sugar-free chocolate or 2 different kinds of Pop-Tarts. 3 sugar-free chocolates or 2 Pop-Tarts. Which taste test should I do? You can say just 3 or 2. That way, see, Grayson, see, y'all. Okay, well, he won't know anyway. It doesn't matter. It's all right. He'll have no idea. He'll come back in and be like, Pop-Tarts, chocolate, what are they talking about? Okay. All right, so right now, the chocolate is winning. But I'm excited for both of them. The Pop-Tarts honestly are pretty good. Well, I mean, I haven't tried them. But I did have the peach cobbler Pop-Tart the other day. Oh, I had the peach cobbler Pop-Tart the other day. If you haven't tried that yet, you should do it. It's delicious. Also, this show would be absolutely no fun. Just me. Kind of boring just sitting here to myself. I feel like I'm about to sneeze again, y'all. Okay. Cool. Perfect. Sounds good. All right. Anyway, I'm about to lose it.
That scare you?
Oh, yeah.
That was funny. Nobody's down there.
Okay.
Oof. You think you and Topher could do a podcast? I bet we can make that happen.
Nay.
Have y'all do a whole week.
No.
Just Topher and Mo.
No.
So, confession. I
These are my confessions.
I left the door ajar on purpose because I knew I was going to do that when I came back up here.
You will have to go back and watch it because you for real scared me bad. I'm sitting here like I was talking to them and then all of a sudden like I realized this is not a show with just one person. There is no real conversation. So I'm like, yeah, okay. Okay. And then boom, and I'm about to die! Somebody call 911! Somebody call 911!
Nobody was down there. So you were doing it yourself then. All right.
Bang, bang, bang. Isn't that a song? That's a song. That's a song.
Bang, bang, bang.
Yes, that is a song.
Yes, that is a song.
Yes, yes it is. It is a song. Hee.
You were great, Mo. Aw.
I mean, there is one thing about our friends. They're very encouraging. We got a bunch of whole Barnabases up in our friend group. They're super encouraging.
Yeah.
They're a bunch of liars.
Yeah,
but
bunch of Barnabases. All right. Welcome back to the Back Row Morning Show. I'm Radio Matt.
And I'm Mo.
And we changed some things up for this new season, including what we record live on Twitch. Each week we record our shows the Friday or Saturday before with our friends. Follow us on twitch.tv/LTNOnAir to be notified when we go live, and join our Discord at backrowdiscord.com for after the show discussion and even opportunities to be on the show yourself. But before we go any further, it's time for Mo's Fact of the Day.
White chocolate was invented by the Nestle Company in Switzerland in 1930, and even though it originates from the, what plant is that called again? You know, you can say it. Thank you. The FDA does not consider it chocolate because it does not contain chocolate liqueur, giving it the bitter chocolate flavor and color. So here's the thing. For years, people have told me, white chocolate's not chocolate. No. The FDA just doesn't consider it chocolate because it doesn't have chocolate liqueur in it. But technically, it comes from the same plant chocolate comes from. Therefore, white chocolate is chocolate. Thank you very much. The FDA can't tell me nothing.
Actually, it's
the
designed.
FDA cannot tell me nothing.
It's designed to tell you everything.
Nope.
You need to know.
No. It's designed to tell me everything I need to know. Does it tell me everything I need to know? No, it does not. It doesn't. The FDA is like my biggest, most, I don't know, forget it.
Put your words together before you say them.
I hate the FDA.
You and your food and drugs, thinking you could administer them to me? I don't think so.
Did I ever tell you about how I had to put the one student in her place last year because I brought up the Food and Drug Administration, and
Whoops.
When I told her what FDA stood for and I said drug, she about lost it on me.
Whoops. Oh no. No! So y'all heard that. My Facebook was open. Apologies. But my wife just sent me a picture of my favorite mug smashed on the ground at my house with a caption, "Here's a picture of how our night is going." I'm sad now. This is my favorite yellow mug. I don't even care what happens now. Anyway, were you done with your story? I got distracted.
Yeah,
you blame my wife.
I'm done. I'm done. The Food and Drug Administration is pointless.
Grabbing this like I want to drink it. It's in my drink area.
The Food and Drug Administration is pointless. It serves no real purpose. And my students thought that the FDA was some government affiliated service that monitors drug use.
Drug use?
Yes, because I said FDA, and she said, well,
Yeah.
what does FDA stand for?
I
and
remember,
I said the
I
Food and
remember.
Drug
Yeah,
Administration.
yeah.
And, okay.
I remember. Now
Thank
it's
you.
time.
See, Meg is with me.
What'd she say?
She's
FDA is
with
full
me.
of liars and untruthers.
Exactly. They are. I don't know how they sleep at night.
Well, now it's time for me to beat Mo in a game. Everybody, it's time for a challenge that if I win, I get to once again challenge Mo in the same type of game next week and win the title. This will be my, 89th attempt at trying to get this stupid belt back from her. Today we're going to be playing a game of random trivia. So I did not make this game, and this game did not come from the phone apps that we normally use. This is a BuzzFeed quiz, actually, on just random trivia. We're both going to answer and see who gets the most correct. Let me get a piece of paper. Right? Get a piece of paper to track our answers here. Mo and Matt. Okay. So first question. Banksy is an artist known for his what? Sculptures, still lifes, or street art?
He's the one, I know him. He's the one who did that one painting.
That destroyed itself upon being
Yes.
bought? Yeah.
Yes, that's him. So still life,
You say still lifes?
right?
Is
Still
that what you're going to
life?
say?
Yeah.
I'm going to say street art because it's street art. Banksy's known for his street art. All right. Next question. In the Men in Black franchise, Will Smith plays a character known as Agent what? J, K, or L?
Agent K.
It's Agent J, I'm pretty sure. Agent J. Agent K is Tommy Lee Jones's character. I'm winning. I have no idea how many questions there's in this, by the way. Did it say at the top? 21 questions. Okay. We got this. You can still win. Harper Lee's To Kill a Mockingbird is set in which U.S. state? Okay, now we're at a point where I don't know.
Mississippi.
Alabama, Mississippi, or Tennessee? You're saying Mississippi?
I'm saying Mississippi.
I'll say Alabama. It's Alabama. I genuinely did not know that. Which letter is between X and V? Oh, you know what?
Oh.
Cover the keyboard. Between X and V on a QWERTY keyboard. Z, B, or C? Oh, man.
C? Or is it Z? It's either. I don't think it's B. It's C or Z. I'm saying C.
You're going to say C?
C.
Okay. If it's right, I'm going to give you the point, and I'm just not going to guess one. And if it's wrong, I'm not going to get a point.
Huh?
Because I think I might have looked, and I don't know if I did or not
Okay.
by accident. So, it's C. You're right. Good job.
Hey. Hey, I knew that Z was my pinky. My keyboarding teacher would be so proud of me.
All right. The Pantheon is a temple dedicated to which figure in Greek mythology? Athena, Zeus, or Aphrodite?
I've been to the Pantheon. I don't even know.
I think it's Zeus.
I think it's Zeus too, actually. Oh,
It's not.
both
Oh,
Athena.
duh. It's in Athens.
Well, okay, but hold on. No, they have multiple pantheons. There's a pantheon in Athens. There's a pantheon in Rome. There's a pantheon.
Oh, it's the Parthenon. I read it wrong. Parthenon.
See, you're a jerk.
My bad.
You made me give the wrong answer.
My bad. Oh, well. After 3.14, what's the next digit of pi?
5.
It's 1. 3.141592653. Oh, better give myself that point. One thing that differs between plant and animal cells is the animal cells don't have a nucleus, Golgi apparatus, or cell wall.
One thing that differs between plant and animal cells is animal cells don't have a Golgi apparatus.
Like, I'm wanting to say nucleus, but that doesn't feel right. I feel like every cell has a nucleus, right? Oh, I'm going to say nucleus. Oh, it's cell wall.
Oh.
Animals don't have a cell wall. We both got it wrong. Okay, I knew they had to have a nucleus. All right. A fluffernutter sandwich is made with peanut butter and
Marshmallow fluff.
Yeah, I knew that one.
Hey, give me that
We'll
point.
both get a point.
Give me that point.
There you go. Which of the following cities is below the equator? Honolulu, Tokyo, or Rio de Janeiro? Rio, I'm pretty sure.
I feel like this is a trick question because
Right? Tokyo's got to be close, isn't it?
See, I feel like Honolulu is close.
Oh, maybe.
I'm saying Rio.
I'm saying Rio, too.
Okay.
Yay! Logic wins. It's South America. It's got to be. What is a 20% tip on a $46 bill? Oh. Math. Oh, no.
I'm saying $9.20.
I guess I'll go $8.60 then. $9.20. Good job. I didn't want to do the math in my head. Which of these words is not used to describe a deer? A foal, a fawn, or a doe?
A foal.
Yeah. A foal is a baby horse. Abraham Lincoln's nickname was Strong Abe, Gentle Abe, or Honest Abe.
Honest Abe.
Gentle Abe. Just sounds wrong. Which of the following characters from SpongeBob SquarePants is not a regular employee at the Krusty Krab? SpongeBob SquarePants, Patrick Star, or Squidward Tentacles?
Patrick.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing, right? Because Squidward works there.
Patrick.
Yeah. Yay. But I second guessed it though for a second because there is a meme of him answering the phone at the Krusty Krab. It's like, is this the Krusty Krab? No, this is Patrick.
Yeah.
All right. Next question.
That hurt your throat, huh?
It did. There we go. Which of the following is the correct spelling of this celebrity's name? Oh, it's Zach Galifianakis over here. Galefanas. Galifianakis. Galifianiakis. Zach Galifianakis.
I'm saying the last one.
I'm going to say the middle one.
Oh,
Middle
you got it
one. Yay. I don't remember where I got the Zach Galifianakis joke. It was someone else said it was like, imagine Zach Galifianakis going to a restaurant and just hoarding all the napkins from the little napkin dispenser. You can just say, look at Zach Galifianakis over here. That's the whole joke. It was supposed to be bad, but it has stuck with me forever. And so anytime I see somebody hogging a bunch of napkins, that's what I call them. Zach Galifianakis. Next question.
Thank you.
You have a way of cutting into my soul with your refusal to be even slightly amused at my stories. Rapa Nui is a Polynesian island that's also known as Easter Island, South Sandwich Island, or the Galapagos Island.
Easter Island?
Rapa Nui, Easter Island. I'm going to say South Sandwich Island just because I want it to be. No? Okay.
Yes. Yes. You're only one ahead of me now, right?
2. Which location isn't mentioned in Dr. Seuss's Green Eggs and Ham? In a boat, in a field, in a box?
In a field.
Yeah, field for sure. Sam I am. Which of the following scientists, spit on my microphone, which of the following scientists came up with the theory of relativity? Albert Einstein, Stephen Hawking, or Isaac Newton?
Newton?
I think it's Einstein. Yay!
Yeah, you're right.
Theory in 1915. Jonah Hill and Seth Rogen have been in all of the following movies except Pineapple Express, Superbad, and Knocked Up. Was Seth Rogen in Superbad? I'm going to say Superbad. No. I'm going to say Pineapple Express.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, I don't think they're in that at all.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yes. Okay. Whew.
All right. I'm still ahead by 3 here.
Yeah, whatever.
Jonah Hill was not in Pineapple Express. So Seth Rogen was. Okay, I didn't know that.
I think it may have actually been one of his first movies. if not his first.
Okay. If someone is considered your great uncle, they are your parents' brother, your niece or nephew's uncle, or your parents' uncle.
Your parents' uncle.
Yeah. Correct. Doot, doot. Which of the following wizards was in Lord of the Rings? Gandalf, Dumbledore, and Miracle Max.
Miracle Max.
Gandalf, of course.
Duh.
Gracious. I think we are. Which fraction below does not turn into a repeating decimal?
Oh my gosh.
5 over 9, 4 over 6, or 1/2?
I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea.
Me no. I think it's just 1/2. I think.
Does not turn
Into a repeating
decimal. Oh, I see you hope he.
I'm going to say 1/2.
I'm saying 5/9.
I think that's the one that does. Definitely. Okay, yeah. 1/2 turns into 0.5.
Whatever.
Yay, we're done. I got a phenomenal noggin. That's what it says here, because I got 16 points to Mo's 12. Beat you by 4. So next week
Too bad
you
you
gotta
weren't gonna win the
find
belt.
you gotta find a quiz like this we can take of trivia to make it fair. And we'll do it again.
I wanted you to do that, Oriole. That's why I was waiting.
Oriole said he didn't want to give the answer away before Mo guessed it. In our Twitch chat. All right. Well,
Yes. There you go. Do that, Hillary, please. Figure out a way
let
for
us
y'all to
write the
do
quiz.
that. Yeah.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Yes.
Okay. We'll
Yep.
figure that out.
You'll
We'll
have a
talk about
week.
it. We'll talk about it in the Discord. All right, let's take another quick break.
When we come back, we'll talk about how subscription services are here to stay.
Stick around. All right, we need a Ask Us Anything question. From you guys on Twitch. Would you rather fight 100 horse-sized ducks or 1 duck-sized horse? If 4 of us do it, we can... Oh, that's the other thing. That's not a question.
No.
Favorite... Huh?
Organelle.
Huh?
She's going back to the nucleus and cell wall question.
Huh? How do you know that? Is that part of a cell as well? An organelle?
An organelle.
I don't know
Yeah.
what that is. I'm legit dumb when it comes to that stuff.
Okay, now he's making me question myself. I'm right, right?
I'm not saying you're not right. I'm saying I'm completely confused. Mo's
Thank
right.
you.
Okay, good. We know you were kidding, but I also was serious about not knowing what it was. Okay, let's do those 2 questions. The one from...
But it would require me to know mythical
Megara.
creatures.
You don't know any mythical creatures?
A mermaid.
Ugh. That would be terrifying.
That's the only thing I can think of.
All right, we'll do the first one then. Sorry, Oreo. Welcome back to the Back Row Morning Show as things are winding down for the day.
But first, we're going to answer a question from Twitch.
Our question comes from Megham Megara Streams over on Twitch. She's asking, would you rather fight 100 horse-sized ducks or 1 duck-sized horse?
I mean, I feel like the answer is obvious.
Do you?
Yeah. Yeah. One duck-sized horse. That's what I would rather fight. 1 duck-sized horse. That's it. 100 horse-sized ducks. Ducks are mean.
No.
Ducks are...
Wait. Oh, yeah.
Yes,
No,
it's
wait,
100 horse-sized ducks or one duck.
Oh, I'm wondering if she wrote that backwards.
She might have, but that's what
Because
she
I was
asked.
thinking it the other way: 100 duck-sized horses, like little horses, and one big duck.
Yeah, I know.
Is that what you meant to do, Megara?
Probably, but
We gotta know. I got to know. Answer both. Look, maybe I just wanted to confuse everyone. Maybe I'm exhausted.
same.
Well, then, yes. In the case of the way it was asked, yes, the answer is obvious. One duck-sized horse. But in the way that it was supposed to be written, I feel like possibly 100 tiny horses would be easier to take over than one giant duck.
Sized ducks?
Yeah, because ducks have teeth in them little bills. If you don't know
100
about.
duck-sized horses. That's okay.
Yes, 100 duck-sized horses, tiny horses.
Yeah. That's like I still get all worked up over that one question that we answered.
Which one was that?
The Would You Rather quiz, and it was, would you rather have an elephant-sized, maybe it was duck. Yeah, it was a duck.
Was it a duck, an elephant-sized duck, or a duck-sized elephant?
Or a duck-sized elephant.
Something like that.
Yeah. And they said an elephant-sized duck, and we were
We
livid.
were mad, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Can you imagine? Like that ducks just like but 100 but a little teeny tiny duck-sized elephant would be so cute. You could hold it and it could be your pet. And
Thray says, I think this
Anyway.
was on the church kerfuffle card. Yeah, one of the things on there is similar to that, like 100 I don't know. I think it's like 100 horse-sized chickens or something like that as part of your weaponry.
yeah.
But yeah, you're right. Church kerfuffle. I don't think it's available any longer. But Thray's got the original copy.
Does she really?
Yeah, she won it. It's a prize.
Oh, that's right.
All right. Let's see. What are we doing? We're ending the show.
Oh,
Let's
we're
end
ending
with our
the
verse
show.
for the day.
Verse for the day is Proverbs 16:32. Whoever is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he who rules his spirit than he who takes a city.
That's going to do it for our show today. Remember that we air first exclusively on LTN Radio, ltnonair.com, every Monday through Thursday at 8 a.m. Eastern with an encore at 10 a.m. But if you miss a day or just can't catch the show live, find the Back Row Morning Show podcast version on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, etc. Subscribe, rate 5 stars, and leave a review. Do it and we'll love you forever.
Also, the podcast feed will offer a weekly highlight episode focusing on just our main topics for the week for those of you who can't commit to the full 3 hours a week. Make sure you're following us on all the socials. We're on Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. Just search for @TheBackRowLTN and connect with us.
Tune in tomorrow morning for a Back Row Rewind episode where we'll bring you a classic episode of the Back Row Morning Show. And we should be back with new episodes next Monday, and we hope you will too. Mo, final thought?
Sleep is good.
Yeah. Once again, I'm Radio Matt.
And I'm Mo.
I mean, it is the morning, so if you want to go back to sleep,
I understand.
we're going to judge you. And remember, if nobody else tells you, we promise that it's true. Jesus loves you, nerd. Hey, you know, that's not like us leaving. We're not leaving the show on Twitch. That's the end of the segment, but we still
Yeah.
got to do our taste test.
Yeah.
So
Wait,
chill out,
hold
guys.
up, guys.
Chill out.
Hold up.
Goose, goose, duck. I want to. But I also have a soccer game I have to go to. So I got a dumb kid that's playing soccer.
Matthew.
Actually, I got to go to his only second practice ever of soccer yesterday. Dang, he did good. I'm very impressed. He's going to be a natural. You know what? I'm going to say yes. I'm going to make time for some Goose Goose Duck tomorrow evening. I'll put a specific time as to when later. But yeah, midday time probably. Maybe like 4 Eastern, 2 o'clock our time. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see how that tracks. But yeah, we'll play some. It'll be fun. I haven't played enough Goose Goose Duck lately. Mo, you got to taste test stuff? The taste?
I do.
You
And
got
while
a
you
taste
were,
for us to taste?
well, yes. Shh. Ow! I just scratched myself.
Serves you right, being all grumpy.
While you were downstairs checking,
Oh.
I asked our friends here which of the two I brought we should do, and they voted for the one that has 3 parts.
3 parts?
3 parts.
What the heck?
One of them had 2 parts. One of them had 3. They
Why are you
voted for
buying
the
multiple
one
part food?
because I saw one and I was like, "Hey, this would be good." And then right next to it, there was another one, and then right next to that one, I was like, "Okay, I gotta get all
so
3."
you mean like 3 flavors? I thought
Sort of, kinda.
I thought we were talking about like that weird candy ramen that you had to basically cook yourself here, and get it all mixed in and several things to open. Is it that again?
No, it's not that.
Okay. Why didn't you give me that look? We both hated that ramen.
Because I don't know why you always hating on the taste test that I pick.
I don't
Always.
like. I've not liked like the last 3 that I brought.
All right, so are you ready?
Yeah, I was
These
born
are
ready.
these all I believe. I think sugar-free means it's keto friendly, right?
Typically.
These should all be keto friendly.
Ooh, I haven't tried these. I have not tried these. I have tried these.
You have tried those?
Yes.
Okay. So I have 3 different kinds of sugar-free
Zero
candies.
sugar. Reese's.
Reese's.
Now I know what you might be thinking. They've already had sugar-free Reese's. Just like with the soda, these are different. They did not just rename them. I do know that they are different because I've had the non-dark chocolate version of these, the regular milk chocolate and the caramel filled, and they're amazing.
Are they?
And they taste nothing like the sugar-free.
You gonna show this one also?
And then these are new Russell Stouffer's peanut M&M ripoffs,
Which typically
which I'll talk about in a minute.
Okay, so I guess you don't like them. But
No,
typically
that's fair.
the Russell Stover's sugar-free chocolates are pretty good.
I just don't want to taint your view of them, so I'm not
Okay.
going to say anything about them.
Fine.
Do you want to eat those first? Why don't you eat those first?
Okay.
Give it a shot.
Okay. I was just opening to open. But... All right. So here's the thing. I really don't like, peanut M&Ms are my least favorite M&M
That's true.
of all.
This uses sucralose and something else.
This is stevia extract.
That one's stevia. This is... I don't know.
I don't know. Okay.
Oh, maltitol.
At least it's not mocklet.
Right.
That's a Friends reference.
Yes.
All right. The peanut.
Russell Stover. You almost missed your mouth.
I missed that big thing. I don't hate them.
Right. I feel like they kind of taste like chocolate pudding.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're not bad.
I
They're
barely
not
taste
M&Ms.
the peanut in them.
They're not peanut M&Ms. Like, they don't taste like straight peanut M&Ms at all.
Nothing.
But they do taste like a hard candy version of chocolate pudding. And
Yeah.
it's not that bad.
No, not that bad at all. The bag is ripped, but cheese.
Mine
Russell
did that
Stover.
too. Mine did that too. It was like already off. The seal was already off when I opened it.
It's Russell Stover.
So
there.
I had
Look at
to, I had to like pin it like with a chip clip.
Chip clip.
Chip clip. All right, I'm very excited about the Hershey's Special Dark Zero Sugar because the other two have been fantastic.
Hold on. I'm trying to.
Get all the pudding out.
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh, it smells exactly like it. Exactly.
All right. Ooh, sorry. Sorry, y'all. My bad. What was that?
It was you.
No, I didn't hit anything that time.
I was stuck like this, so it was you.
You like it? I don't.
Why not? It tastes like a slightly duller version of the special dark chocolate. What do you
It
not
has
like about
this weird, almost like liquor taste.
I don't taste that.
Yeah, I taste vodka. I'm not even kidding. Yes. How do you not taste that?
Weird. It tastes like dark chocolate.
No, it doesn't. No, it don't.
All right, well, that's 1 for and 1 against, I guess. Grayson, well then, can I have some?
Sure. Why not?
All right, Reese's, though, this is the one I'm really iffy about. Because Reese's, you really got to nail the flavor for it to be good. I've had knockoff Reese's. They're terrible. I'm worried also about texture. Looks normal.
Yeah.
Looks like a little
Feels normal.
Feels normal.
Smells normal.
It does.
What? Oh, that's good.
No.
Yeah, that's
No.
good.
Oh, it's so bad.
It's delicious.
No. No. It's awful.
Why do you? No, this doesn't taste anything like vodka. It tastes like Reese's. Why do you
No,
not
it
like
doesn't.
it?
No, it doesn't. The chocolate tastes okay. The peanut butter is off.
No. Huh. It's good.
Nope. Hated it. Hated it.
Well, we are definitely not on the same page with this taste test, friends.
So the only thing that we both liked was the Russell Stover sugar-free M&Ms.
They were good. I don't know what your problem is. Now, I will tell you this. I had the Reese's filled pumpkins. Or Reese's.
Pieces.
Yeah.
Reese's Pieces. Reese's Pumpkins.
Thank you.
You were about to say Reese's Pieces.
Reese's Pieces.
Reese's Pieces.
Reese's Pieces.
Just remember, if it rhymes with feces, it's not how you
not.
pronounce it.
So, and they were disgusting.
Really?
Disgusting.
Really?
Yes. I was so upset.
Have you had the
So
big cup,
upset.
the normal big
Yes.
cups? And those are good, right?
Yes.
Okay, but the pumpkins are bad?
The pumpkins are awful.
Weird.
Awful. First of all, it barely had any of the pieces in it. Barely any at all.
Any of the pieces in there?
It was almost like they had melted or something because I could see where. I think I need
she's
to
gonna
press
come
that
for
button.
you. Don't press the button. Don't press the emergency button. Ignore him. Don't time him
What
out.
was I saying? Oh, so
It barely had
there
any of
were
them in it.
Yeah, but there were hollow spots inside where it looked as though a pieces had once sat and now it wasn't there anymore. It was the
piece-
strangest thing.
The piece had gone missing.
Yes. It was very, very odd. So, and then like you would think that the pieces would give them a little bit of a crunch. No crunch. Nothing. Because that's how the cups are.
Yeah.
The cups give it. Anyway,
Really weird.
it was very depressing.
That is depressing.
I was very, very, very upset.
Okay, so I will say, try the zero sugar normal Hershey's and caramel filled Hershey's. Those are amazing as well. And the zero sugar York peppermint patties, also really, really good.
Okay.
Also really, really good. Reese's cups, no thank you.
You can
Or
have
for
those.
her. Special Tark. No, thank you.
And you can have these,
I already have a bag.
but I'm taking these.
You take these too, because I have a bag. Half bag still. Never eat them
Fine.
inside.
They will go to my classroom and they will sit inside my little sealed container with all the other snacks that I have.
Mix them in with normal M&Ms and see if anybody notices. make your visitors.
I'm not allowed to do that.
What? Can't give out candy anymore?
You can't have people. Well, first of all,
Oh, in a
those
communal
have
bowl.
peanuts
Yeah, definitely.
In them.
Oh, right, and peanuts
It's an
too.
allergy issue.
You're right.
And yeah, communal bowl during a global pandemic. Have you lost your mind?